Good morning. We going to war for them rats. We dropping the bomb bags. I'm shopping till I'm dropping like a body. Call of Duty all throughout the lobby. My brother hit me up saying,
good morning.
I just put some money on my homie bus. When you out here, know you can't be cutting up.
Diamonds on my wrist looking like a flood.
Money coming in from different countries. Wow. I just got some red, it's time to pick the town. When I'm overseas, they like to call me seafood. Playing with the rats like it's peekaboo.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't be parking the phone on the streets. See, I'm moving in silence. All you see is the violence.
There's a war going on. All you see is the riot. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
After the war come the peace. I told my brother I'll be here when he get home. I think it's time to buy another phone. We going to war for these racks. We dropping these bombs for them bags.
Let's go.
Shopping till I'm dropping like a body.
Like a body. Hey, good morning. What's going on, Square?
We dropping for them bags.
For them bags.
I'm shopping till I'm dropping like a body.
Attacking. Good morning.
Out the lobby. When you in the streets, you got
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Or you be blowing in the wind like
Right.
times. They say they wanna change it, started dropping down.
Let's go.
You pop your top off like it was some words paper out here, then we get it.
That's right.
We make it
Jessica, good morning.
we give it. We don't
Pamela,
bitches
nice to
resist.
see
Y'all
ya.
talking
Welcome to the
big.
show.
What the hell is the difference?
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Going out of town for a week.
Right.
First class, no I'll see. This is for my dog that ain't make it out.
Right.
One day you gon' make it on your paper.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is showtime. You know what we came to do?
Feel like I'm stuck.
I do feel like I'm stuck in time.
It's like I'm stuck in time.
All right.
It's like a curse.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are once again back in the Thunderdome, and you know what we came to do.
Deja vu.
Good morning.
It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm riding up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming.
I'll be back.
It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash.
I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage with tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Let's go. Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, the algorithm turned me to a maniac. Yeah.
We going viral cause my zodiac.
I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Let's go. They don't get replies and they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Let's go.
Got a lot of confidence.
Your daughter is reggae. Janita Breeze, alright?
Master with a new whip.
Woo! I'ma take off in a spaceship. Comrade, nice to see ya.
It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu.
Cut it out, conservative Lynn.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Off the rails.
It's like deja vu. Yeah. It's deja vu.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. DJ, go ahead and kill the music. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. No. I run this show. I will talk about what I see fit. All right. But before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some of the housekeeping out of the way. First of all, let me go ahead and introduce myself. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name of Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me. I promise to tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God, all right? The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen, if I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. It just turns out I haven't been wrong lately. All right, and then the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain, what? The most handsome. Thank you, Lisa. Right back. Now, many of you are familiar. This is going to be a special show today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready for it. Many of you are very familiar with what we do over here on this side of TikTok. What we do on this side of TikTok, ladies and gentlemen, is quite special. What we do is we hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And believe you me, there's a lot of dirty deeds and filthy crimes going on in the MAGA Republican Party, all right? And so I got something to say, especially to you traitors out there. If you are lactose intolerant, as my good friend brother Swerving likes to say, you see Swerving out there, right? He taught me that word. You're lactose intolerant. That means you are allergic to the facts. That means you have an allergic reaction when facts and information are being shared. You might want to leave this live and go on about your miserable lives. Go to those lives where they let you lie and get away with it, all right? Because that's where you'll belong. Because I guarantee you, after you listen to the truth that's coming out of this live, if you're hungry, you won't be so hungry. If you were happy before, you won't be so happy. Okay, you'll be very sad, to be quite honest. Good morning, Ange. All right, and so that's the best warning I could give you. But guess what? I know you all don't listen to me. So guess what? Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy
Good morning, Ange.
in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. So now you're here, and you know what it is. You're here at your own risk. All right. I don't want to hear any or see any crying, ladies and gentlemen. You know how this goes, and right, the gloves, ladies and gentlemen, in this live, the gloves are officially off with MAGA. All right. Many of you who have been following Zeus, following me for quite a while, right? Many of you know that the stuff that I say and the way that I say it, 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't have said it this way, right? The stuff that we're saying, me and my friends that come up in the box and talk, the stuff we're saying, we wouldn't have said this stuff 3 weeks ago, right? But guess what? We can't be kind anymore. Why? Why can't we be kind? Because the gloves are officially off, right?
Everyone knows and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago.
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him. I was very kind to him, but now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off.
Right?
The jar has been opened.
The gloves are off and the jar has been opened. And guess who opened the jar, MAGA? You did. You remember exactly what you did. I would say it started on January 6th, all right, when we all saw the culmination of the violence, but I'm going to go back further and say it started when your cult leader went after Barack Hussein Obama with that birther conspiracy nonsense. Ever since he came down that golden escalator, the jar has been open. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started talking about this guy right here. Dirty old man. On the whitewashing of Trump behavior by people who should know better. The convicted rapist, dirty old man, Donald Trump, arrived at another courthouse, ladies and gentlemen. We all remember it. In another rumpled blue suit for yet another trial about cheating on America and subsequently one of his wives. Let's stop there for a second, all right, and consider that's a lot right there. How do you cheat on the country and your wife at the same time? This is a dirty individual right here. I've never seen anything like this. At least this should be enough to give most of us pause, but it's not. This is the presumptive Republican nominee for the most powerful job in the world, the President of the United States of America. This is the nuclear-powered liar. Let me say that again. Donald Trump is a nuclear-powered liar. I've never heard of that, but I'm going to have to add that. Who led a failed coup that resulted in the death and beating of law enforcement officers, the first attack on our Capitol in more than 200 years, and completely ruined the lives of hundreds of patriotic Americans like election workers Shay Moss and Ruby Freeman, all so that he could stay in power. Out of court, continue to take a blowtorch to our democracy and reap the rewards from assorted murderous dictators around the world for the privilege. And ladies and gentlemen, this is who the Republicans think should be in the White House. Trump's latest appearance in court occurred towards the tail end of yet another week of among hundreds recently where people who should know better tried to normalize all of this with the revolting both sides-ism that is running amok across our divided country, right? And you hear them on the right keep saying, one bird, it's one bird, two wings on the same bird, right? Or they'll say things like, it's both sides, right? I don't buy it 1 second, okay? The stakes are simply too high for us to just laugh away the fact that one old man wants to protect our democracy and the other, he wants to attack it. The one old man wants to defend women's rights. Are you listening, Bex? I want you to listen up, Bex. Hello, Shay. One man wants to defend women's rights. The other one wants to eliminate them. That one old man wants to protect our environment, and the other one wants to poison it. That one old man wants to stand with Vladimir Putin against our allies, and the others loathes Russia, unaliving dictators to protect our friends. Look, I'll be the first to raise my hand and shout that we've never needed a laugh more than now. And as a matter of fact, there are a lot of books that actually do that. But Trump's presidency is simply no laughing matter, and hasn't been since around the time the white supremacists marched on Charlottesville with the orange racist tactics approval. This is Donald Trump and his cult, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, it's healthy to laugh at ourselves at his best, all right? But at the end of the day, what Donald Trump is doing, ladies and gentlemen, is truly destroying our democracy, all right? Here we go. I'll wrap it up because this is a long opinion piece, but I'll say this. Trump is facing 34 felony counts that could result in significant jail time. Trump wrote the stripper Stormy Daniels a check for $130,000 to keep her quiet. And this is not disputed. Why he did it is because, come on, does it really matter at this point? When you cut through all the crimes and the attacks and the both sides clattering from the press, the only thing that matters right now is which old man should helm the United States of America for the next 4 years. Should it be the traitor or the man who has faithfully served our country for 44 years? Are you there, Bex? I hope you're there. Anybody, you got these folks out here who are independents. Answer these questions. Should it be the filthy man who defends Vladimir Putin and attacks NATO, or the man who will stand up to dictators for America? Should it be the convicted rapist who attacks women every single chance he gets, or the man who consistently fights to uphold their rights? As always with criminals, they can't wait to give themselves away. So it was completely predictable that when the disheveled, burnt orange, dirty old man entered the courthouse on Thursday, he was asked about his strategy for defending the indefensible. And he said this: "We want delays, obviously. I'm running for election again." This isn't normal. Stop treating it that way, you MAGA demons. So with this being said, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Donald Trump is a dirty old man. He's corrupt as all get out. Join me in kicking this show off in the typical way we normally do. Please get those boos and shames together, all right? Join me in giving this dirty orange man what he rightfully deserves. Our first round of boos and shame.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
You really can't defend this guy at this point, you Trump supporters. You understand this? There's really nothing you can say to defend him. And to get this, people ask me why I don't debate with him. Because the facts are on my side. I haven't lied about a single thing in here. Right? March 25th, he's going to court. Remember that case you all told us, Alvin Bragg, you said that was a weak case? Where are you at, Gator Vet? Remember you said that was a weak case? Snuggles, you said that was a weak case. It's so weak, he has to go sit his special behind down in a courtroom. Listen up, you Trump supporters. Don't spam my chat section. Do me a favor. All right? Stop putting Trump 2024 in the comment section. All right? Stop putting FJB in the comment section and do something you haven't done in a long time. Sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. You just might learn something. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. See, they don't like me, ladies and gentlemen, because I get out here and I tell the truth and I shame the devil, or in this case, I shame the MAGA demon, all right? Like I said, you must not have heard me at the top of the show when I gave you a warning.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
Right.
If you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Nothing grinds my gears than to know that there's grown men and grown women sitting out here getting radicalized in their houses right now by Donald Trump and his lies. All right, we've proven the lies already because look at all the court cases, look at all the lawsuits. The lies have already been proven. And so now you're moving on to this disgusting tactic. This is what they do, ladies and gentlemen. I call it sign language, right? They spew shame. They try to shame you. They try to insult you. They try to guilt trip you because they have this need to be right. But it doesn't work with me, MAGA. All right, it doesn't work with me. None of your tactics work with me. All right, you can call me whatever you want. But get this, I ain't going to be sitting in a jail cell. You are. You know what the ultimate MAGA reward is, right? Jail. And if you don't get your soul right, hell, right? And in between, there's a pit stop called Chapter 11. That's where you go broke. And by the way, Trump supporters are no longer allowed to complain about the economy. Absolutely not. I saw the GoFundMe. I see the sneaker sales. You're not allowed to complain about not having any money anymore. Biden's economy, Bidenomics is doing so well, you have extra money to send Donald Trump, not just through GoFundMe, but through all of his little business ventures, or what I call scamming ventures, all right? That's what he does. So Trump supporters do have money, and they are using it to send to Donald Trump, all right? So you're not allowed to claim you're broke. Moving on to our next topic, all right? Donald Trump, he rages against a bombshell fraud judgment in a nighttime rant. Tells a lie his own agents have debunked. All right? You know Donald Trump, he stays up late at night. They call him witching hours, right? That's when he's, drinking his so-called Diet Cokes and going on his rants. As former President Donald Trump deals with the bombshell $350 million plus fraud judgment against him, he ranted into the night about a long debunked lie that was central to his defeat. Trump spent months showing up to court to rant at reporters and make a spectacle of himself inside the courtroom during the trial in the fraud case brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James and presided over by Judge Arthur Engoron. On Friday, all of those efforts culminated in a bombshell judgment that could cost him in excess of $460 million, including pretrial interest, and handcuffs his ability to do business in the state for 3 years. Trump's reaction has been sustained stream of confusion that continued Monday night with a Truth Social rant that resurrected one of the lies that was kept to the jaw-dropping disgorgement, the valuation of his Mar-a-Lago resort. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is what he went on his platform and lied about. And Snuggles and all you Russian bears, listen up. I have substantially understated my assets in the financial statements, not overstated them, as the corrupt judge and judge also said. Also, 100% disclaimer clause. No default, no victim, no complaints, no nothing except for success from the banks and everyone else. The judge fraudulently stated that Mar-a-Lago was worth only $18 billion. All right, $18 million in order to make his fake case. He, the AG, and crooked Joe Biden should be the ones under investigation, not me. Election interference. This is what he said on his social media platform. Well, here's the thing. In reality, The $18 to $27 million range was actually derived from a local government appraisal that Trump's own real estate agent signed off on as recently as 2020 and was itself likely higher than Trump's broker wanted it to be, according to the office that issued the estimate. Trump's accusation that President Joe Biden was involved in his various legal cases has also been debunked. Wow. So what it is, ladies and gentlemen, is someone here named, we're going to call him the elephant in the room, all right, Donald Trump, is still lying. And the only people that believe him, despite the facts that the judgments have already been made, right? He's been inflating the value of his assets, and President Biden had nothing to do with that. But he'll get out here and tell you Biden had everything to do with that. So guess what we're going to do? All right, since Donald Trump doesn't have any shame, right, we're going to give him some. Join me once again in giving Donald Trump and his lying behind, his fraudulent behind, what he deserves. Another round of boos and shame. Right. Listen, if your business is all based on spreading lies and misinformation, I want you to know not only will you go out of business, but you will end up paying for it. All right. I guarantee you. All right. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, because it wouldn't be a good story unless we brought up Fani Willis, who they all say are, I went into a live. I went to my good friend Day's live yesterday. And I got to say this, just because you say it loud and you overtalk people, it doesn't mean you're right. All right. Fani Willis isn't going anywhere. All right. Because you got to understand, it was a special grand jury that indicted Donald Trump. That had nothing to do with Fani Willis. We all heard the phone call. You all heard it. Let's go back through the history books.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Right. Fani Willis had nothing to do with that. Nothing. Her relationship with Nathan Wade had nothing to do with that. Okay, you got to understand this, you traitors. While you sitting over here making it your, you know what these Trump supporters like to do, right, Morningstar? Whenever they see a black woman and woman in power, they start to try to demonize her. They want to try to make her look like she's something she's not. They want to make them look like they monsters. But the real monster is Donald Trump. Again, if he's so innocent, why not just get this out of the way? If he's so innocent, why we got to do all of this sideshow circus stuff? So I want to make sure you traders understand this, all right? When you want to say Fani Willis was using the money that Nathan Wade made, no, she wasn't. She said she paid it back. When she went on trips with him, she paid her portion of it. She's a real one. And I got proof of it now, ladies and gentlemen. DA Fani Willis testified that she paid cash during trips with top prosecutors. And guess what? One winery host remembers her paying her bills in cash. Listen up. Oh my goodness. Hold on. We got a little technical difficulties. All right. Don't worry. I'm not gonna let this one slide. So when you go and see those other fake TikTok hosts, you know who they are. And they start trying to bring up that they believe somehow Fani Willis is going to be taken off the case. You got to remind them the reason you said she was going to be taken off the case was because you said she was making money off of Nathan Wade. She ain't making no money off Nathan Wade. They got a job to do. All right.
A gold mine of local intel.
Tell us about this corn festival.
And I know this is hard. All right, it's really hard for you all to understand that a black woman is doing this. I get it. But keep on watching. Like I said, don't say nothing. Don't put nothing in the chat. Just sit your special behinds down.
Brody told me that he hosted Fani Willis and Nathan Wade at Acumen Wines back in 2023 when they both visited this winery in Napa Valley, California. And he distinctly remembers the moment the bill came because it was about $400 and Fani Willis told him that she was going to pay cash, which struck him as odd given the amount. But take a listen to what he told me about his recollection of their visit to this winery and the moment where Fani Willis foot the bill.
I ran up the thing and I showed her, I was expecting a credit card, quite frankly. And she said, I'll pay cash. And so that was that. So then I just put the cash in, made change for her, and she was very generous to me.
So why does this matter, right?
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The cash that she had worked so hard for, right, through her blood, sweat, and tears. It wasn't campaign funds. This is cash she had earned from her salary. And she used it to pay when she was on her trips. So everything you've been trying to throw at her isn't sticking. So guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Join me in giving these Trump supporters, these liars, these misogynists, these racist bigots, what they deserve. Right? Attacking? Another round of booze and shame because they thought they had her, only to find out they've gotten themselves in a nasty pickle. Let's give them some booze and shame. All right, now listen. I know a lot of you are out there and you're still upset and you're like, "Wow, Zeus, I can't believe you're saying all these mean things." You must not have heard me at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Exactly. I'm not here to coddle you Trump supporters because I know what you do. I see you all over social media. You spread lies. You spread hate, misinformation. You are some misinformation experts. You asked one of them. I remember I talked to this guy. I said, what is the highest level of education you got? I went to the 8th grade and I make $100,000 a year. Just because you got some money in your pocket doesn't make you intelligent. Did you understand this? Do you understand this? To Donald Trump, you're just another sucker. He doesn't care about you. Right? He doesn't care about you. I know it hurts you to hear that, but guess what? You'll thank me later. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. What do I want to say? No, we don't got extra time for that. I'll cover this one. Here we go. Yes, this is interesting. Freudian slip. Donald Trump confuses indictment with the N-word. Former President Donald Trump sparked controversy on Saturday at a campaign rally in Michigan, where he slipped the N-word into a raucous speech about his ongoing legal troubles. Let's see if we can give this a little bit of a gander, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I guess I can understand the connection. I guess I can understand the connection. Let's go. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. He's dancing around it all right. He's definitely. Here we go.
I didn't know what the N-word, now, in my whole life, I didn't know what the N-word, I didn't know what indictment meant. Now, in my whole life, I didn't know what the N-word, I didn't know what indictment meant.
You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? You can't tell me this guy ain't racist. It's right there. He's waiting to do it. He's just looking for a reason to let it slip out. He always wants N-word. N-word means nuclear. Oh, really? I may have been born at night, sir, but I wasn't born last night. And you want to do it in Black History Month too? And they say you talk to these Trump supporters, they say, Zeus, you're a race baiter. I'm not a race baiter, absolutely. But if you think I am, you know what I told them. Call me a race baiting tycoon, right? I'm a race baiting tycoon to MAGA, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving Donald Trump another round of booze and shame, right? Because in the middle of his rally, he got indictments on his mind, and he still somehow manages to prove that he's a racist, right? And his supporters, you know, you can hear them clapping in the background. So that's why we're going to do this. We give them the shame and the booze because it's clear MAGA has no shame, right? Join me in giving Trump once again another round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Silence, you MAGA demons, all right? Moving along, ladies and gentlemen, we got something to bring up. You're both traitors. Speaker Mike Johnson's his thumbs up photo op with no other than the traitor himself, Donald J. Trump. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is disgusting. House Speaker Mike Johnson made his pilgrimage to Mar-a-Lago for a photo op with former President Donald Trump. But when he took it to X, he didn't get the kind of reception that he thought he would get. He wrote, "Just had a great meeting with the real Donald Trump on President's Day." His tweet read, "Together we will grow the majority and save America." The pose with the former president didn't wash well with heaps of folks who took Johnson to task. One person wrote, "You're both traitors who tried to overturn the results of a legitimate election and then staged a failed insurrection." All right? What does the adjudicated rapist criminal fraud have on you, Speaker Jesus Freak? Another user wrote, "You're both traitors." Another one wrote, "Why are you so proud to be traitors to Christ and a traitor to the United States of America?" You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is proof that the truth, we do these shows day in and day out, right? This is more proof that the truth about Donald Trump and his supporters is getting out there. And folks all across this country, they're waking up. If you want to argue about the border, you can't argue about that no more because Biden met you at the table and had one of the best deal in decades for solving the border issue. And you traitors, you turned it down. So you can't talk about the border to Zeus. You can't talk about the economy to Zeus because, again, you're sending Donald Trump all your money. You're buying his shoes. You're going to the GoFundMe, sending him money. You're buying his cologne, even though there's no refunds. Even though you're not getting the shoes until July or August, they say. You're still sending him some money. So how do you got money, but you can't buy eggs? That MAGA logic is crumbling. And that's why you're very upset, right? So guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? You see these two traitors right there, right? They have no shame, so we're going to give it to them. Join me in giving deranged, traitorous, grapist Donald Trump what he deserves. And his boy toy, Magic Mike Johnson. What they deserve. Another round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Yep. Silence, you MAGA demons. I don't got time to argue with Trump supporters in 2024. There's too much on the line. You can keep putting FJB in the comments section, but all you're doing is showing the world just how ignorant and ridiculous you are. I can't believe we got grown adults in here. These are supposed to be some of the smartest, intelligent people on the planet. These are supposed to be what Donald Trump says, the best and the brightest of MAGA. You got the best and the brightest of MAGA sitting here on the internet still believing Donald Trump's BS. They don't get it. That's why I call them. I say, you got a MAGA demon. What is the MAGA? Zeus, I don't like it when you say we got a MAGA demon. Well, stop letting that demon control you. Stop being vassals of transgression. And you won't be called a MAGA demon, all right? And look at this. I got some more bad news for you Trump supporters. You know who this is? Yeah, you know who this is. This is Judge Eileen Cannon. And I'll just put this out there. Trump may quickly regret getting Judge Cannon to delay the classified documents case. And I'll tell you why. And I'll be real quick with this. Former prosecutor Glenn Kirshner, and he's a great guy, all right? He went on to say that the events that take place on March 1st will determine if the criminal case against Donald Trump for stashing top secret government documents at Mar-a-Lago will go to trial before 2024 election. Judge Eileen Cannon has already met separately behind closed doors with both prosecutors and Trump's defense team to determine what additional classified materials can be shared with the former president as part of discovery. But come March 1st, Trump's team will play their favorite card, the delay card. And Kirshner said that even if Trump succeeds in getting Cannon to delay the classified documents trial, it may give Judge Tanya Chutkin an opening to begin the D.C. election subversion case. We know that Donald Trump and his teams of lawyers will try to convince Judge Canyon to try to kick the May 20th trial date. He said, and you may not expect to hear from me, but I almost hope that she does kick the May 20th trial date. Why? Because if the Supreme Court denies the stay in the absolute immunity issue and returns the case to Judge Tanya Chutkin in D.C. in the election interference case, we would love to see her take that case, drop it, and put it on the docket for May 20th. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me once again in giving Donald Trump what he deserves. Another round of booze and shame. Because guess what, Donald Trump? Congratulations. You've committed so many crimes, you've played yourself. Okay, it don't matter how many of them you kick. We gonna get you. We gonna get you. And your supporters, they will witness you being sentenced and convicted before the November election. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them some booze and shame. All right, listen. I got to get ready to open up those boxes. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get ready to open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. But let me move forward in this way, right? There's a couple more topics I'll skip, and then we'll open up the boxes. I'll point this out. I will say this, MAGA. Irish Star vows to drag Donald Trump's favorite fighter, Colby Covington, and hand him a brutal beating. All right. He says, this is what he says, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up. He goes on to say, if Trump is in attendance, I will drag Colby in front of Trump and I will beat the mouth off. I say this. This is what you created. Let's hear it. All right. You can't make this stuff up. Listen, the gloves are off, MAGA. Look at what you've done. This is sad. This is very, very sad that it's really came down to this now. And it's all because of Donald Trump. Hold on, let's see what he has to say.
All the shit he will have said leading up to that fight, I'll talk to him when I beat the fuck out of him in an octagon. If Trump's in attendance, I will drag Kobe in front of Trump and I will beat the mouth off him. And I'll say, this is what you created. Boom. This is MAGA. Boom. I was like, it's no more. Get rid of him. Get him out of UFC. I will silence Kobe Covington. I will hit him so hard he never speaks again. And when he loses to someone like me, a young prospect, he's going to go, all right, maybe he goes back to me.
Wow. You see what Trump has done? You see this is supposed to be a sport. This shouldn't have politics in it, right? But now politics is in it because Donald Trump has involved himself in things that he shouldn't be doing because guess what? He's so desperate right now, right? So guess what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give Colby Covington what he deserves because instead of focusing on what he should have been focusing on, which is the sport, he sold his soul to Donald Trump, and now he too is a vassal of transgression that all have to deal with, especially, all right? So guess what we're going to do in the MMA? Let's give him some booze and shame! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are rounding the corner. All right. And we got this topic and one more, and then we'll open up the boxes. All right. Former MAGA cult member debates current Trump worshiper on January 6th. All right. Thank you, Rick. How many of you know who Pam Hemphill is? Do you know who Pam is? Pam, are you in here? Pam, are you here? All right, Pam. I think she was here. I don't know if she's still here, but yeah. Well, she's a beautiful lady. She used to be in the cult. All right. I don't know if Pam is still in here. Pam, are you still here? And hopefully, she will be able to come up at some point in the show and speak with us. But what's interesting is she was on Luke Beasley's YouTube. All right, and she ended up having to confront a Trump supporter Okay, Pam is here. Okay, thank you so much. And listen to this exchange, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this exchange. All right, this is to me someone out here doing real good work to try to get this country back on track. And she was there on January 6th, right? She ended up being sentenced. She did her time, and now she's out here trying to increase awareness. All right, and even then, the Trump supporters are still in denial. I'll play a little bit of the clip, ladies and gentlemen. You know how this goes.
That was January 6th. It was nothing like they portray on TV, the news, and all that. It's just it's a big farce. So
can I introduce you to somebody? Pam. Pam. She was also at January 6th.
Morning Star. Here we go.
So she was at January 6th too.
So you know, January 6th, which you hear on TV, is nothing like what it was.
Yeah, it was a riot. It was an insurrection.
Oh, it was an insurrection.
Yes, it was an insurrection.
Yeah, but I don't believe that Trump was the one that.
Yes, he was. He had a plan. Why would you want everybody to go down to the Capitol when you've already had a talk?
I have more to play for you from that interaction.
Now this is her having no. It was an insurrection. He had a plan. She is not lying. See, this is the problem with you traitors. You don't want to listen. And see, I can't speak for Pam, but hopefully she can speak for herself, because it would be a treat to have her come in here and give you Trump supporters a dose of reality. All right. So let's move it on, okay? Because we don't got much time, ladies and gentlemen. We got to go ahead and once again give this Trump supporter what she deserves. All right, she deserves the booze and shame because she still believes in Donald Trump's BS. In light of the fact that she's talking to someone who's went to the ends with Donald Trump all the way to prison. All right, supporting this liar, and then this person Pam is telling her, get out of the cult. And she doesn't do that. She defaults, she pivots, she even injects Christ. She even injects Jesus in it, right? And we all know we have these MAGA demons out here who claim to be Christians. They're not Christians. They're not patriots. They're liars and grifters. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving the MAGA cult what they deserve once again. Another round of booze and shame. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're moving around. This is the last part of the monologue. All right, and you know what this is. This is about what happened on or around January 6th. Oh my goodness. Hold on one second. You know what this is about. Hold on one. January 6th. Oh my goodness. Hold on one second. You know what this is about. Hold on one. You know what we got to do. We got to cover another January 6th update. Sorry about that. All right. If you don't like this part of the show, just leave and come back in 10 minutes. You know what we came to do. All right. It just kind of broke it in half. It felt so good. Man seen in a video smashing Nancy Pelosi's sign on January 6th has been arrested. See, this is the thing. Many of these Trump supporters, they're out here and they've been making threats of a civil war. Have you heard them talking about a civil war? Right? And so I had to really do some thinking, and I said, guess what? You're right, MAGA. It is a civil war going on. And get this. It's being led by your cult leader, Donald J. Trump, who is, as far as I'm concerned, the equivalent of the modern day Jefferson Davis. His Fort Mar-a-Lago is where he executes his orders, right? Yeah, only Trump supporters, all right? And so you got to go back to what happened on January 6th, all right? On January 6th, Donald Trump summoned his soldiers, right? He summoned his soldiers. Right. I need you to come to Washington, D.C. on January 6th to help me overthrow the government. And what did his soldiers do? They anteed up, right? They jumped in the back of U-Hauls, right? The Boogaloo Boys, the Patriot Front, all right? The Proud Boys, right? They got their weapons. Some of them, they really did this. All right. They sold their furniture. They sold their houses. They sent the money to Donald Trump. And they began to converge on the United States Capitol. And when they got to the Capitol, they were met. Their general, Donald J. Trump, was there. And he was at the ellipse giving them a speech. And you know what the speech was about. He was rallying up his troops.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Right. So he got his troops organized and he sent them on their way to the Capitol. And he said, I'll be there with you. They brought all kinds of weapons. They even brought a gallows for Mike Pence. All right, they got there, and at one point, and I've seen it on video, they saw someone named Ray Epps, and they began chanting "Feds, Feds, Feds," and that's the part that throws me off, because if you knew that the cops were there, as they like to say, why did you break the law in front of the cops? I'll never understand why you did it. All right, and they proceeded to attack the United States Capitol, the first time in over 200 years, and they did it based on the orders that were issued by Donald Trump, who we all know is responsible for the attack on the Capitol. It's already been proven. So let's dive in, ladies and gentlemen, to that moment and talk about one of Donald Trump's soldiers, David Anthony Medina, who is being charged with felony offenses of obstruction of an official proceeding and several misdemeanor offenses. A 34-year-old Oregon man who disappeared in a video slamming down then Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi's wooden sign outside of her office during the January 6th Capitol attack and waving an American flag in the rotunda faces charges in connection with the insurrection. David Anthony Medina is charged with felony offenses of obstruction of an official proceeding and several misdemeanors, the U.S. Attorney's Office said in a news release, and he was arrested on Friday. Courtroom documents show that Medina allegedly traveled to Washington for the Stop the Steal rally and used social media to solicit donations to fund travel for himself and others. He joined thousands of Donald Trump supporters protesting Congress certifying Joe Biden's 2020 electoral win that official day. Someone knew him from an athletic club in Oregon, saw him in a video on his Instagram page inside of the Capitol, and tipped off agents. Twitter posts identified him as being inside the building on January 6th, court documents said. David Medina, a Trump supporter that willingly provided evidence to his breaking into the United States Capitol and destroying property, all right, read one Twitter post. In an ITV news clip that the U.S. Attorney General's office included in court documents, Medina appeared to be slamming a wooden sign down in a hallway outside of Nancy Pelosi's office. As Medina moved away from the corner, the camera pans, showing the area above the entryway where the previously affixed sign is missing, the video shows. In the next scene, Medina stands next to rioters holding a shattered wooden sign with partial letters visible spelling out of the House on the top line of the Nancy P in the lower line. The sign was estimated to have cost $870. Quote, "We were normal, good, law-abiding citizens, and you guys, the government, did this to us. We want our country back," he says as he faces the camera before walking further into the Capitol building. In another video, Medina, wearing a black shirt with the words "Million MAGA," says, So as these guys break into the Capitol, obviously the doors are wide open. I walk in and I'm screaming 1776 because it's powerful, man. It's a powerful move, a powerful time. Medina continues. We weren't, breaking windows. We weren't breaking stuff. I know someone had torn down Speaker Pelosi's wooden sign above her door, and there was like fragments of it like on the ground. And I just took a piece and I just kind of broke it in half. It felt so good. He admitted to going inside yelling freedom in 1776, court documents said. He claimed that his heart sank when he found that people fought the police. Yeah, right. You see what we have on our hands, ladies and gentlemen? A traitor who betrayed his country and allowed himself to become a vassal of transgression for Donald J. Trump. How dare you attack our country? And you don't even have any remorse to this day. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving this traitor what he deserves. Another round of what? Booze and shame! All right, and since he's now been arrested, let's send him off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You will pay. You hear this, MAGA? You will pay. You know what gets me? I'm going to be honest with you. Then I got to open up the boxes because I know this is going to be a great show. I can feel it. You know what gets me? You got some folks out here who listen to this guy. They listen to a guy that wakes up every morning. He puts a bird's nest on his head. He paints himself orange. He puts on his diaper. He soils it real nasty and gets onto his social media platform and begins to spread lies and give these folks their marching orders. He gives them marching orders on his social media platform. All right. Do you guys understand how ridiculous you look out here? Seriously. And you get this. After he sent you into the Capitol, right? He said, I'll be right there with you. He didn't show up, did he? Nope. And then he gets on national television and says, he immediately deployed the National Guard. Well, that just took the air out of your campaign because now you can't say Nancy Pelosi had anything to do with it. He told you he sent the National Guard and he did it immediately. He told you you don't represent this country with those heinous acts of violence. Has Donald Trump sent any of you any money for your books? No. He's still riding around flying high. He's a jet-setting tycoon, milking you dry. And you'll get out here on this app and have the audacity to be mad at me. What are you mad at Zeus for? Because I sat out here and I told you nothing but the truth? Like I said, the gloves are officially off, MAGA, and you took them off. When you decided to storm that Capitol on January 6th on Donald Trump's orders, the gloves are off. We cannot be kind anymore. We got to give you the unadulterated truth. Case closed, all right? And you know what I said at the top of the show. If you don't like it, you know what to do.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
And they do.
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And that's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. All right? All right, and you know how this goes, ladies and gentlemen. You know we get 3 minutes to speak our truth. And okay, the box is now open. You get 3 minutes to speak your truth. If you're gonna lie, right? I do ask questions for people who I've never done business with, and if you're gonna get out here and spread lies and misinformation, just plead the fifth. All right, just plead the fifth, because TikTok is not playing when it comes to spreading misinformation. All right, and I'm glad they started to step this up. There is a zero tolerance for misinformation out here, ladies and gentlemen, and I do mean that. All right. All right, let's see where let me get this thing queued up. All right, let's get it queued up, ladies and gentlemen. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. All righty then. All right, let's go. Oh my goodness. All right. There we go. All right, let's go. All right. Now, Pam, are you still out there, Pam? I want to start out with you, since you have a lot more insight about this. I can't see you, Pam. Please type something in the chat. Oh, there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. All right. We're going to bring up Pam, ladies and gentlemen. Now, good morning, Pam. How are you doing? Are you there, Pam?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome to the show.
I just love it.
Thank you. Now I'm going to do something special, because normally I give people 3 minutes, but I think it'll be good if you could give us all some background on who you are. All right, and then we'll go from there. Fair enough.
Okay.
And there might be people who want to talk to you. I don't know how much time you have this morning, but if you are okay with that, I don't mind letting people come up and talk to you. Fair enough.
Yes, I'm free for as much time you need me for.
All right.
Well,
Fair.
well,
All
I'm
right. Now I'm going to go ahead and ask the questions I ask all people, because this is our first time doing business, and then we'll go into some of the stuff you can share with us. All right. So my first question is this: in your opinion, do you think President Biden stole the 2020 election?
absolutely not. That's the
Let's
biggest
go.
lie
Next question: who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
Donald Trump,
Let's
evil
go.
narcissist.
All right, last and final question. Do you think President Biden or Hillary Clinton are guilty of any crimes?
Absolutely not.
Let's go. It's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth. All right. Now, Pam, from what I understand, you are a former Trump supporter, right?
J6 defendant
A
pleaded
J.
guilty because I am guilty.
You pled guilty. You're a J6 defendant, and you pled guilty to it. And you said it's because you are guilty.
Absolutely. Now I'm ex Mega Granny.
X
X.
Ex Maga Granny. Okay, so I gotta ask this question, all right? But and by the way, thank you. One of my good friends out here, they sent me to you on TikTok, and I saw your video, and I do understand that you said, it's kind of getting hard because no one is kind of like helping you get your truth out there, right?
Well, the Republicans are standing up for the J6 defendants and they have events going on for them.
Right.
But I need the Democrat representatives to speak to me.
Got it. And I'm going to help you do that, all right? That's what this platform is all about. I don't want your voice to go silent, all right? I recognize the journey you went through to get to where you're at is very critical, all right? A lot of people need to hear what you've gone through. All right? So if I can ask, when did you become a Trump supporter? Can I start there?
When did I lose my mind, you mean?
Yes.
Well, actually, I started going out videotaping because I'm a citizen journalist in Boise, Idaho. for the Mega Girls because I
Mm.
had been on my own TV shows helping heroin addicts. I'm a substance abuse counselor. That's been my career for
Oh, okay.
30 years. So they
Okay.
called me out and said, will you videotape us? And that's when I started getting all the gaslighting. I lost my critical thinking. So
Mm.
about 4 years ago.
4 years ago. So prior to that, what was your assessment of Donald Trump? Right. I mean, because I would imagine you knew of him.
Well, I never really liked him, except for what they do is they help you minimize his crimes and what he's about by
Mm.
telling you, "Oh, Pam, don't make a big deal out of him saying the P word about women because look at all men talk like that in locker rooms."
Mm.
They minimize everything he does and covers it up, makes it
Mm.
okay. Like, what's
Mm.
wrong with you thinking like that, Pam?
Mm. Wow. And so they had you in a bit of a guilt trip, it seems, right? At the beginning of this initiation. Right?
Yeah,
Because what I don't think happened is one day you woke up and you said, I am a Trump supporter. No, it's a slower process, is what you're saying.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so um you kind of they lowered your defenses to kind of be okay with what he's doing. All right. Um as this process is playing out, what kind of activities are you engaging in leading up to January 6th?
What do you mean?
Right, because while he was president, you said you've been a Trump supporter for almost 4 years, right?
Well, since yeah, since no, well, since 2016. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Since he
2000.
walked down the
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So between 2016 and January 6th, what kind of activities were you engaged in, right, for Donald Trump?
Well, actually, I was out there videotaping all the far right. I was following Ammon Bundy. Are you familiar with Ammon Bundy?
I've heard of them. I've heard of them, but I don't watch any of their content.
The rancher that put the ARs up to the FBI and went to prison. Ammon Bundy.
Wow.
And he
Wow.
was pardoned by Trump. The far
Wow.
right.
Listen, that's way beyond me. I'm gonna be honest. I've heard of him, but I don't know them. So you were that far right. You were associating with people who are already having problems with law enforcement.
Yeah, but see, the Democrats were going to turn this into a communist country, and that's not going to.
Oh,
Oh,
oh. So,
yeah.
so that was the thing that you kept in your mind to justify why you were doing what you were doing.
It scared me. It scared
Oh,
anybody. But we have receipts now that it's Trump wanting to turn this into a communist nation. Look it
oh,
up.
yeah.
Project 2025. It's out
Wow.
there. It's not even a secret.
So let's move on now because this is interesting. Do you have any friends or family members that throughout the course of Donald Trump's presidency were saying, "Hey, Pam, you might want to cool it a little bit. This guy's crazy." Did you have any of that going on?
You mean Trump's crazy or Emmett Bundy?
Like people in your family or friends that would come to you and say, "Pam, you shouldn't be supporting Donald Trump."
Oh, no, no. The
No
whole
one.
family's Republican. MAGA.
Oh,
They've all left me.
they've all left you.
Even even my boyfriend of 12 years, he's separated from me because he said I've lost my mind. But Trump's going to save this country, Pam. What the hell's wrong with you?
Wow, wow, wow.
That's it. Yeah, it hurt.
I
It
mean,
hurt a lot.
okay, this is so bizarre. So there was no speed bumps, I guess, during Trump's presidency that would have slowed you down and made you think twice about supporting Donald Trump. Nothing.
Yeah, shame on me for not doing my own research.
I mean, but the thing is, it's one thing to not do your own research, but I've always felt that you all are getting the people to push back against you and say, hey, this guy's no good and stuff like that. But you're saying out there in Idaho, you didn't have to deal with that because everybody was pretty much on the same type of wavelength as you are.
You believe what you want to believe. It's just like an alcoholic, because I've worked with alcoholics and addicts all my life. They find people that tell them what they want to hear. Keep them in denial.
Got it. All right. So guess what? This is where we're going now. Now, January 6th, one of the most heated things in this country right now. How did you get invited to the Stop the Steal?
What do you mean invited? I wasn't. They had their events in front of the Capitol.
Yeah. How
So
did you
see,
end up there? How did
well,
you?
remember, I'm videotaping everything. I'm a citizen journalist.
Okay.
The only reason I didn't go professional or ask people to help me pay for me, I wanted to be independent and do whatever I want.
Mm.
So I went everywhere, all the far right events at the Capitol, anywhere they were at. So that's how I learned about everything.
Okay. So you didn't look at his tweet. You didn't go based off of the tweet. You were just doing it based off of the work you were already doing.
Yeah,
Okay. And so you found yourself in Washington D.C., right?
I thought I was going to Disneyland, and I went there and they blew it up.
This is to me, this is interesting because I don't understand how people ended up there. Right now, you go there. Did you ever run across Nancy Pelosi in any of
No.
the in any communications? Did you ever run across anything about Nancy Pelosi organizing this?
Oh God, no. Let me tell you about Nancy Pelosi. I have a video on YouTube. I explain the National Guard, and I've already done the research, and I got the information from true researchers. Okay. Nancy Pelosi was not on the board for any of those committees for the National Guard. It was
Mm.
a rumor that got started with Jim Jordan that she was responsible for not calling them out. It's not true. She didn't
Mm.
have that responsibility. And Trump, it's been proven, it's been debunked, never called out the National Guard. And you go listen to my video, I explain it on there
Wow.
in more detail.
So you do not support the narrative that Nancy Pelosi had was the reason the attack happened. You don't support that narrative.
Any narrative you give me, I can tell you is a lie, and we can debunk it with some evidence.
Okay,
So
what
it's,
about?
it's
Okay, well, listen. Okay, we're gonna
give
get
me
into
one.
that. I'll throw one out there, and then I want to get a little further into your adventure to Disney World. All right, but one of the narratives are one of the narratives are it was BLM, Antifa, and the FBI. Did
Okay, I think it's 11 judges that have spoke on this that they haven't arrested not one BLMR Antifa, not one. And
okay?
those people that were getting dressed, did you see that video? They
Yeah,
were putting on Trump clothes and they're saying they're Antifa.
yeah.
Those were mega.
Oh, so it was
We got
MAGA
that.
dressing up as Antifa?
No, no, they were dressing as mega, but they put the video out that that was Antifa dressing up.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
It's a
I got.
lie. It's another lie.
What about the FBI and the Ghostbusters? Did you see it?
Ah,
Right? You don't believe that the FBI was there and staging that? Because there's people out here that are saying you are lying. They say that I'm lying. What do you have to say about that?
of course they're going to say we're lying because they don't want to hear the facts. But I hope the FBI were there. I don't know. No,
Okay.
no FBI came up to me and said, "Hey Pam, I want you to get up front so they can shove you
Oh,
inside." I mean, give me a break. That's another illusion that they're making up.
you hear this, MAGA? She's not lying. And so, as far as I'm concerned, you're 10 toes down. You were 10 toes down for Donald Trump this day. Did you go to his speech at the Ellipse?
No, I couldn't get in. I had surgery. I have breast cancer, and I
Oh,
had
okay.
40 stitches. Yeah.
Okay. So you didn't go there, and so how did you end up in the Capitol?
Well, I started walking around. I thought, is there anything else going to be any more speakers after Trump? And people started telling me, I think he's going down to the Capitol.
Mm.
And then one media guy said, yeah, I heard he's going down there. And I thought, well, why is he going down to the Capitol? He just had a talk. But I thought, well, I got to get down there. I want to be in front so I could
Mm.
videotape him, right? Because
Right.
I'm live on Facebook for everybody in Boise, see.
Oh,
And that's when I ran into the Proud Boys.
oh, so you ran into the Proud Boys. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I
Wow.
have a video of that.
So it seems to me like you were just kind of sucked into this thing.
Yeah,
Even
just following the day, what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on, videotaping.
yeah. Okay, and so you ended up going through that experience on January 6th. How long did it take after all of that before they contacted you? The DOJ, the FBI. How did that come about?
Well, actually, that night I called Mike. He's the Capitol Police for
Yeah,
the governor.
yeah,
We're friends because he knew me from Boise. And
yeah,
I said, Mike, I don't know what to do. I'm hearing people are getting arrested. Should I turn myself in? Because I got shoved in the
yeah.
Capitol. He
Right.
said, no, you're fine. Don't worry about it. No, it took about 8 months, and I think it's because they knew I was going through chemotherapy. I'm
Oh,
guessing. But it
Wow.
took 8 months, and when they came to my door, I want everybody to know that the FBI treated me very well. It's not true. They put a story out there that a 69-year-old grandma, they were talking about me, had been shoved down the stairs, and that is an absolute lie. They
Wow.
treated me very, very well.
Mm.
Very well.
Wow. Wow. So, okay, they came and they got you, and you had to go to court and explain yourself.
Yeah, and the judge believed me. He said, Miss Hemphill, I believe your story. I really do. However, this is what is happening. He said that my first case, I gave her probation only. Because, see, I have no criminal background or anything.
Yeah.
He said, but she went out there in the news and told him the total different story than what she told me. I cannot trust you guys,
Mm.
Judge Lambert. He
Yeah.
said, so I'm going to go ahead and give you the 60-day prison and 3 years probation based
Oh.
on the mega going out there lying about,
Wow.
lying to the judge.
Wow. Wow. So they made it worse for you.
Nobody pushed me down the stairs. Somebody's asking. It's on video. No, they're lying. See, they're lying right now on your.
They do this quite often. They do, but you know what? But you know what? There's that one person. There's maybe one or two people out here that are listening to this story, and they know that you're being very sincere and being very honest. I mean, it's to me amazing you have a sense of humor and can share this out, right? And so that's why I thought it was very important to have you come on the show. The next question that I got, and then I'm gonna, there's other people I think want to, they might want to talk with you, right? I'll bring them up too. The other question I got is this: what what advice would you give to someone out there that is, I say they have this MAGA demon. I call it the MAGA demon, right? It doesn't allow them to process the truth about Donald Trump. What advice would you give these folks to help them get out of this cult they're in?
Well, there's probably very few that they think that it's a cult. They don't like that word. It's the worst thing you can tell them, actually. It's like telling an alcoholic he's an addict or an
Yeah,
alcoholic. They don't want to hear that.
right.
But remember, their brain has been hijacked by Trump's rhetoric. By
Mm.
number one, the first thing he does is love bomb you. I'm, they're after me. They're coming after me, but they're really coming after you, but I stand in the way. So he's their savior. He's their savior. You can't get rid of Trump because he's saving them. You got to
Mm.
wrap that around your head.
Yeah.
But if you read a book called The Cult of Trump by Stephen Hansen, he has a lot of tactics. I was on his show too.
Mm.
He helps you talk to your mega
Yeah.
family, and it's a different approach. You can't just say you're in a cult. It's
Yeah.
like me when I had my clients, I couldn't tell them they were alcoholic,
Mm.
even though I had diagnosed them. I
Right.
had to slowly explain the illness to them.
Yeah. 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 I get it. So they got to be, as far as you're concerned, they got to be willing to admit they have a problem first of all, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um. So with that being said, when did you realize you had a problem?
Actually, I was started the first January 6th space on Twitter.
Oh,
I wanted to save the Proud Boys. I
you
hadn't come around yet.
you
Yeah,
you
listen
wanted
to
to save the Proud
yes,
Boys?
they're being weaponized against the DOJ is weaponized against the J6ers, and they're treating them terrible in prison.
Wow.
So here comes this story, Ryan Samsel, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that Epps whispered in his ear at the gate there
Yeah.
with the red cap.
Right.
Well, he said his eyeball had been taken out. And Gateway Pundit put out a big story about it. I thought, no, you can't allow this kind of thing to be happening inside the jail. So I
Wow.
did my own research, got a hold of the right person to get the facts. He had not lost his eye, but his Gibson and Go went up to $80,000. What happened? He had called the
Wow.
guards. He called the guards the N word, and they beat him
Wow.
up.
Wow.
But he
Wow.
did. He didn't lose an eye. And after
Wow.
that, I said, "What else are they lying about?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that took me down the rabbit hole of finding out the facts.
Wow. Wow. So that took you down the rabbit hole shortly after you started trying to help the Proud Boys. That's kind of when you had your awakening.
Yep, that's when it started.
Wow. Well, listen, you got some time. I'm going to bring up some people who might want to
Oh
talk
yeah.
to you. These are some of my, these are some people that I know, and they might want to, talk with you. All right.
Sure.
Let's bring up, let's see, my friend Shay. We'll do it. We're going to do more than, because I know these people, and I know they know how to conduct themselves. All right, and they won't overtalk you. All right, let's go. There you go.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
We hear
Pam, I
some.
can't thank you enough for doing this. This is amazing.
All right,
Oh, well,
this.
thank you.
You're an incredible person. You
Good
really are.
morning, Miss Hemphill.
All right,
Thank you
now,
for the
now,
Morning.
presents.
now, Pam. These are some heavy hitters on this show. All of them. All right, that's Shay, and then
Hi, Pam.
Swerving, Cammy, Cece, and then Miss Boss Diva, and they can go around and introduce. How about that? Y'all all introduce yourselves real quick, and then y'all can take over. All right, and
Okay.
we can talk.
Cool. I'll start since I'm next to her. Pam, my name is Shay. I'm a historian. I'm now a sommelier, so that's my username, Shay the Somm. I live in Houston, Texas. I was once a conservative and Republican. In fact, my mother's with me. She's MAGA. A couple of my sisters are MAGA, so I'm surrounded by Trump lovers. And so I just wanted to thank you so much for telling your story because it is a brainwashing that happens. It's the belief that the left is more dangerous, and they just cannot dig into anything else. And it's the feeling of belonging to something, i.e., the cult mentality. But anyway, I just wanted to say hi and introduce myself. Go ahead, Swerve.
Well, good morning, as I said, and good morning to you, Ms. Hemphill. I appreciate your story as well, and I think the biggest part of your story that I appreciate is, well, my real name is Daryl. I live in Ohio. I've been a registered independent for over 30 years now, as well as a recovering Catholic for about 32 years. Um, but that's neither here nor there. What I appreciated the most about your story is how you managed to pull yourself away and out of that cult-like mentality of just discovering one factual truth about someone who claimed that they lost their eye. And you discovered that factual truth, and you just thought to yourself, you had the wherewithal to think to yourself, okay, what else have I been lied to about? And you went and started looking, and that's how you get yourself out of that mentality of the radical left is just so dangerous, and they're doing this, that, and the other thing. So definitely appreciate you coming on with Zeus this morning. I shot you a follow, and I saw your video where if folks aren't reaching out, I shot you a follow. I'd love to have you up on my platform someday. So
All
that's
right.
all I got.
Thank you so much, Swerve and Shay. Cece, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Hi, Pam. I'm CC. I go by Cammy. So totally impressed with your story. I'm so proud of you, and you should be very proud of yourself. And that man that left you, you didn't need him, honey. He wasn't worth it. But what I wanted to ask you, Pam, did you say that you went to jail?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, nice meeting all of you. I really appreciate your support. Yes, I went to prison, Dublin Prison in California. It's right next to San Francisco. Remember this name? Look her up, please. It's free. Michelle West. Her daughter tried to get her out of prison. She's innocent. Her daughter's a famous designer for Madonna. Her name, Michelle West, is a beautiful black Muslim lady. If it wasn't for her, I would never gotten out of prison.
Was she involved with that as well?
No, no, she's been sentenced 50 years plus, and she's innocent.
I
Free
mean, but
Wow.
Michelle
was
West.
that for the January 6th?
No, no.
No,
It's
no,
up.
but if
No.
I was put inside a unit with lifers, the worst of the 95% cartel women, and if it
Oh my
wasn't for
God.
her, I wouldn't have gotten out alive.
Oh my
Wow.
God. Well, Pam, I'm so proud of you. It's been such a pleasure to listen to your story. I'm following you. Please follow me back because I know you have some more to tell us, and we appreciate you, honey. And I love you. I love you for what you've gone through and opening your eyes. That's what's important.
Oh, thank you so much.
I just wanted to alert everybody if y'all don't really understand who this is. This is MAGA Granny, basically. So if y'all remember the story of they're locking up grandmothers, This is Pam Hemphill. This is the woman that MAGA was spewing. Marjorie Taylor Greene, all of them were out there saying they're locking up, 67-year-old grandmothers. This is the woman, y'all. This is her right here. I just want to everybody kind of clue in to who this woman is. This brave, wonderful, amazing lady. Okay. Anyway.
Thank you, Shay. Thank you. All right, Miss Boss Diva, are you there? Are you there, Boss Diva?
I am here.
All right.
Hello, Miss Hemphill. My name is Miss Boss Diva. I live in California, where you actually did time at. Okay. I am very happy you came to share your story along with the morning, and enlightening us on your journey. It's always good to get the perspective of, the inside perspective of, the totality of the situation, and you lived it. Santa Rita, were you in Santa Rita or were you in the federal facility?
A federal Dublin prison
The double. Okay,
in
yeah,
Dublin.
that's not too far from Santa Rita, actually. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
a couple of, but yeah, it's not a very good place to live. I'm sorry. How much time did you say you had to do?
60 days. The warden ended up going to prison himself when I got there because he
Right.
was molesting the girls and there were drugs there.
Wow.
Yeah, I
It
remember
it
that.
was
I
a big
remember that
scandal.
scandalous
Oh
story.
my God.
Yeah, and I was going
What's
to ask you
happening?
about that. Were you there during that whole fiasco?
I was still there with the girls that were pressing charges, but what I found out, you're not going to believe this. Well, you will. But what happened is they learned if they can accuse the guards or anybody of having sex with them, they can get out free, even if they have a 20-year sentence. So it's kind of a scam.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, well, they're
Interesting.
known for that inside of there.
Yeah.
Coming up with different schemes to either reduce their time or get out altogether. So I
Wow.
believe that happened absolutely. Yeah, so I'm actually just a major advocate for Black liberation. I am Black
Oh,
Lives Matter.
wonderful.
I am Antifa. Okay, and I also fight extensively for our democracy that was, just put on display for anybody to, take down at the moment. And it was very, very, very shocking and scary. Um, the participation that took place then, it was just jaw dropping. And then to see you along with other older women in general, because doing time in any facility is very hard for a woman in particular. Okay, because you got a lot of things going on, especially if you have health conditions, in which you did, right?
Yeah, breast cancer.
Oh yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that you had to go
Will
through that
you
as well.
do me a favor? My
Absolutely.
daughter dedicated a song to the Black Lives Matter. It's called No More Trouble. Jennifer Breeze. It's on YouTube. It was for the Black Lives Matter, and what she says in that song is all lives matter. Uh, all lives are equal. It's a beautiful song. You'll love it.
All right, I got
Of
it queued
course,
up.
of course,
Okay.
know that. Yeah, I wish you could play it. Um, they call me the smear campaign is I'm a racist and I'm a liar. I'm having a lot of trouble on X right now on my Twitter space. They have a smear campaign coming after me. So,
Don't let
but
them get
anyway,
to you.
I'm not. It's kind
Well,
of
it
funny
sounds like
anyway.
that you're taking the road of deconstruction in whatever it was that built you up into the mindset of being inside of a cult, such as the one that Donald Trump has created. And to absolutely want to get out of that, it shows me a lot about your character and what that people can change, and that have the wherewithal to just straight up deconstruct, because that's where we are, and this is what needs to be done. It's going to take advocates like yourself to help your fellow you know um people that you be around for on extensive amounts of time, all the time, to help them do the same thing that you're doing. It's going to take that, one brick at a time, remove one brick here and there and there and here. And finally, that wall of white
Yes.
supremacy will be taken down as a result of that. So we're going to need you to absolutely continue the fight that you've been partaking in. And I just want to give you my respect for that, and understand that I appreciate you getting up out that coat. I mean, I didn't think it was possible, but you
Yeah.
definitely made it. It look very doable. So thank you, Pamela, and I'm going to pass it on to attacking.
All right, and you said Jennifer Breeze, right? Right, Pam?
Jennifer.
Jennifer Breeze.
It's
Yes.
reggae. She's
Okay.
reggae.
I
She's the
found
only
it.
white reggae singer out there, but they love her in
Yeah.
Jamaica.
All right. Well, I found it, and I will play it after the show. All right.
Okay.
All right. Attacking. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Miss Hemphill, my name is Attacking the Ignorance. That's my screen name, and hence the name is what I do to Trump lovers. I'd like to thank you for coming on Zeus's broadcast and explaining what happens to people who fall within Trump's Svengali type of environment, because people do get fooled and they follow Trump. Uh, being manipulated. And it's nice that you've seen the light to come out, like everybody's saying. And we appreciate your story, because there are other people who did the same thing. And like you said, like you were talking about your Twitter, people are like attacking you, and that's what they do. Is they attack people who all of a sudden see the light, see that Donald Trump has created an environment to where everything that he says and does is nothing but manipulation towards his followers. And I'm glad that you were able to rid yourself of that. We appreciate you coming up here and telling your story. And like everybody else, stay strong and follow the path now that you're on to bring the truth and information in regards to Trump and the mega supporters and their cult-like issues, because Trump literally is a cult leader, and the people who follow him are within a cult. So I'd like to thank you very much for telling your story.
Thank you. I appreciate you and appreciate you. It's let me come up here.
Oh, you're welcome. This is what we do. We are all equally committed to the cause, and thank you, attacking. All right, Takesha, how are you doing?
Zeus.
Everybody.
What was that?
Real quick before Takesha goes, I was going to ask, when we're all done talking, I mean, I can go ahead and drop down now, but I would love to see you bring up one of the MAGA demons to talk with Miss Hemphill.
All right, we can do that. Let's do.
Oh, I
We'll do it
love
after
that.
after the intros. We'll do that,
Just to
right?
see what they tell her how she's wrong in her deconstruction. So
Okay. If
no
you're a
problem.
MAGA demon, please send a guest request. This is going, and yes, you got to keep it clean. No insulting and name calling. All right. And if you're gonna lie, just plead the fifth so you don't lose your account. For Christ's
That's
sakes.
right. That's right.
All
All
right.
right, I'm gonna
Thank you,
drop. I'm
swear.
gonna drop down, Zeus. Love you, brother.
Love you too,
Thanks
bro.
again, Miss Hempfield. Keisha,
Oh,
love y'all.
Bye, Swerve.
Say a swear.
Take care, everyone. I'll see you later on today. I'm sure of it.
Bye,
All right.
Swerve, honey. Hope you're doing okay today, babe.
All right. Takesha.
Hey, Miss Pam, how you doing?
hello.
I'm Kiki. I'm the comedian of the Zeus's show. I'm always joking, but there's a time to be serious, and it's right now. Um, I understand strongholds because I witness them all the time, and I know that Trump has a stronghold on these people, and that's why I joke a lot about MAGA, but I also pray for them. And I pray, all the time that the Lord just remove the stronghold. Because although Trump is not the Antichrist, he does have the spirit of Antichrist. So the hold that he has on their minds is very, very strong. And I am amazed that you were able to break that stronghold, take your mind back, and now you live in the common sense era. The fact that you're not worshiping a man who is no better than you, the fact that you come out of believing everything he says, because in Maga's mind, he never lies and he never does anything wrong, and that's strange to me, that people believe that one person never lies or does anything wrong. That's how you know that their minds have been subjected to the stronghold. And I thank you for coming up and telling your story, although they're going to combat everything you say because their minds are still locked in with him. And the more he talks, the more he speaks, the more he says, they're going to get deeper and deeper, because at the end of the day, it's just like you having a subliminal tape and you're listening to it every day, and it's getting in your head and getting in your mind, and you're going to keep believing. And that's why he keeps going out talking about the stolen election. Every rally he has, he talks about the exact same thing, and that's how he puts it in their minds, and that's how it get locked in. But I thank you, and I know prayers work, and I'm thankful that the prayer that I prayed for you, because you were once MAGA, did work. So thank you for coming up and telling us. And don't get discouraged when people come at you and say you're lying or you're wrong. You stand strong on what you believe, and you don't worry about those people, because those people don't add anything to your life. That boyfriend, thank God he gone, because if he really loved you, it would not have mattered your political beliefs. So be thankful that he's gone. You're gonna get somebody much better with more sense, that's not indebted to another man. And the last thing I need to say, Zeus, it is not off this topic, but whoever sent me the Cash App yesterday, I'm not gonna call your real name, but your initials are KW. Thank you so much for that unexpected blessing. I really appreciate it.
All right.
And I'm done.
All right. All right. Well, listen. Thank you, Takesha. No lies detected. All right. Tracy, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
All right. I'm all right. We have a special guest today, right?
Yeah, I see that. Thank you so much for having her on your live, and thank you so much, Ms. Hempel, for coming onto the live and being so honest and so brave and putting yourself out there. That could not have been easy, especially on a platform as large as Zeus is, where you can get the good with the bad. I I'm really sorry to hear about your health issues, and I really hope that you are on the road to recovery. Um, I I can't believe it. It always just surprises me how many people have fallen for that man's lies and deception. It's mind-boggling, and to hear your recollection of it is also very eye-opening, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you, Tracy. Okay. Moving it along. All right. Beer 723. Greetings. I think he went off camera or his phone. He got a call. Beer, are you there? I think Beer is a Trump supporter, by the way. I don't know this one.
Zeus, could I ask her one more question, please?
Sure.
Um, Miss Pam, do you live close to DC or did you travel there?
Oh, I was living in Boise, Idaho. I'm in South Carolina now.
Oh, okay. Well, my suggestion, honey, stay off of Twitter. Find a mutual space for you. You do not deserve to hear the hate. And they're just keyboard warriors. So
I
you
echo
also
that
stay
sentiment.
safe. Please stay safe.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I've been getting death threats on Twitter. I make copies of them.
wow. That much of they're so evil. All right. Well, our last, I guess, new one, Maga Slayer. He's not a Trump supporter. Maga Slayer, greetings. How are you?
Hey there, buddy.
Hey, how is it going?
Oh, it's good. Miss Bam. Well, hello. I'm known as Maga Slayer, also Facts Matter. I'm going to be giving you a follow. I have used your interviews as one of my arsenal to combat this bullshit. And
Keep
I
it
want to
clean,
thank you.
MAGA Slayer. Keep
Well,
it
you,
clean now. You know my
well,
mom
oh,
is
well,
watching this. You
I
know
love
my
it.
mom watches this.
but I have used your words to combat Trumpism. And I want to thank you for that. Thanking you to have the courage to face yourself and fight against the brainwashing. Because I know, especially in the area that you've described, where everyone thinks the same way, it was hard to fight that current.
Hmm. Yes. All right. Well, thank you, MAGA Slayer. I think. Let's see.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
Um, Pamela, I hope it's okay. I call you Pamela. Uh, there are some supporters that get Trump tattoos. You didn't do that, did you?
Tacky.
No, actually, at the end there, I started asking people, "Why are you wearing a Trump shirt?" And a Trump, it's kind of started looking weird to me. I thought, well, this is weird.
I'm also 65 years old, and I like to do stupid dad jokes. Just so you know.
So now that we've gotten the introductions out of the way, I guess I know that some people want to check in with MAGA. Are we ready to do that? And
Please do.
I'm ready.
my question is number one: if you're a Trump supporter in the audience, could you please show your hand so that I can invite you up? And I think if they do come up, their question should definitely be directed to Pam first, and then I guess after that we can let others chime in and provide additional information as needed. I'm just curious. I'm just curious if there's anyone out there that wants to challenge any of the information that's out there and are still under the strong MAGA delusion. Who do we have here? Uh, who do we have here? This looks like Michael John. Michael John, how are you?
He's got a bad signal, it looks like.
Michael John, your signal's not that good. You must be on that MAGA Wi-Fi, my friend. Michael John, send another guest request, all right? When you get it.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, okay, we can hear you now, Michael. How's it going?
I can't hear you guys. If you can hear.
I can hear you, but you know what? You might have to send another guest request. I think the MAGA Wi-Fi isn't working for you. Anyone seen Snuggles? Tell Snuggles, you know what? I might have to.
Oh my God.
I might have to.
Oh dear God, no, no.
No, not
Please
Snuggles.
no, please no struggles.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Michael, send another one up. Who do we have here? Look at this. Tough as nails. Greetings. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I am all. I'm all right. Are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I'm looking for Trump supporters.
I just want to say one quick thing and then you can let me drop off if that's
Okay,
okay.
that's fine. That's
Hey,
fine.
Pam, thank you so much for helping. If I'm sound out of breath, forgive me, but I ride my bike 10 miles every day and I'm riding my bike listening to you live.
Okay.
And Miss Pam,
Okay.
thank you for restoring my faith in humanity because Mr. Trump has affected our lives around the world in so many different ways, right down to our very own communities and in our homes. And I'm so happy that you came out and told your story and that you turn it around. And I hope you continue to try to reach as many people as you can. Again, stay safe. Like Cammy said, stay off the X. You don't want the trouble. You know, these people are really, really crazy. But I wanted to say also, I intend to forgive. I really do. But right now, I'm not at the point where I fully forgive this man and the people that did follow him. But I am saying thank you for doing what you did and restoring my faith in humanity because I had lost all hope in everybody, including the MAGA people who allowed this man to do this to us around the world. It's so sad. It makes me want to cry, like right now. And I just wanted to just say that to you, ma'am. I forgive you, but I'm working on forgiving everybody else because he's still got these followers in high places and low places that's just wreaking havoc around the world. But that's it, Zeus, okay?
All right, tough as nail. Oh
Okay.
my
Can I make
goodness.
a comment
Hey.
to her real quick?
Yes. Yes.
You have a right to be angry, and you should be angry at Trump and all the mega cult people that are making. I read the book by Harry Dunn. He's the Capitol Police officer,
Yes,
and he
ma'am.
said they making this choice to believe this crap because they want the narrative.
Yes.
But I just want you to know it's okay. I have a lot of people still mad at me, and that's all right. I get it. You should be. It's a shameful day to even talk about January 6th that I was even there. I hate myself for it.
I'm just
However,
happy. I'm happy. Zeus gave us the platform where I can even extend my forgiveness even further because it was the supporters that enabled him. But I want you to know, I forgive you, Miss Pam.
oh, God bless you. I couldn't forgive somebody for a long time. And you need to know I've been in recovery in Alcoholics Anonymous. I don't break my anonymity on publicly, but it's okay right now.
Yes, ma'am.
For 44 years, so I have an advantage of the 12 steps that says when you're wrong, promptly admit it.
Yes,
And I
ma'am.
had to admit that I was wrong. But my sponsor said to me, she said, look at Pam, if you can't forgive somebody, that's okay. Just give it to God till you can get there. Pray for him for as long as you
Right.
need to. And that's what I do. And I I have to there has to be a time where I have to forgive myself or I can't go on. I
That's
got to get
Right.
off of that and
that's
use it for the good.
that's right.
Our past is our greatest asset because with it we can help other people.
Amen. That's what I. Hey, listen, we all need to be forgiven at some point. No one's perfect, so I'm
Well, thank you for
definitely.
having me, Zeus, and you couldn't drop me off now.
All right, all right, all
All
right.
right.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you so much. All right, yeah. All right, listen. Let's
Pam,
let.
can I? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Shay. Let me see. I'm looking for a Trump supporter, and they're not out here. Which is
They're
which
all in
is
the chat.
all
They're
right.
scared of me.
Yeah,
Uh huh.
Well, we know they have an allergic reaction to facts, so
yeah, yeah. Where are all the ones that spend day that are lying day in and day out? What was that you were gonna say, Shay?
So when I see these people still pledging their loyalty to Trump, by listening to Pam's story, I mean, do y'all not understand? This woman was fighting breast cancer. She was a journalist. She believed in Trump. She showed up to fight for Trump in her way of doing things. She went to prison because of Trump. Do you not understand how dangerous now he is and being in a cult and what that'll do to your life? She's lost friends, family, her own boyfriend. So many, over 1,000 people like Pam, our fellow Americans, have gone through what she's gone through. Some are serving up to 20 years because of believing in the lies that Trump decided to tell.
Mm.
As president of the United States, he
Yeah.
broke the Constitution. He broke his presidential oath. He doesn't care about you. And
Tell
would
them.
you agree with any of what I said, or do you want to add anything to that, Pam? Or if I said anything wrong, please correct.
No, I'd like to add to that if you don't mind. You know how a drug addict goes to one doctor after another to get drugs, right?
Yeah.
Well, Trump did the same thing. He hired he hired an agency to find evidence about the election being stolen. So they came back. He spent $650,000. So they come back to him and say, "Sorry, Trump, but there's no evidence that the election was stolen." So
Mm.
he hires another agency,
Yeah.
and they came back with the same thing. He
Yep.
knew the election was not stolen, and he had us show up anyway on January 6th.
I have a question that I love to ask right quick, Pam. And it relates to the pandemic. So, during which time, right? Uh, at what point? So I guess you believe every single thing that Trump was saying. I mean, even though he knew it was airborne. Like, let's say that when the tapes with Bob Woodward had came out about him expressing that he knew that it was airborne or whatever, and he was trying to hide it and whatever, suppress it. Now, when you found out about all of that, how did that make you feel? Like, you went from believing everything he said about COVID, and then exposing the information, exposing itself to you, like it has to all of us. I'm sure you've seen the same footage. So how did that make you feel from one point to the other, if you can follow? the question that I'm trying to ask here.
Well, actually, it made me very unpopular because I'm 70 years old. I was raised all my life taking vaccines. It was no big deal to me. You know, science, you got to listen to science.
Mm.
So when all this stuff was going out of taking vaccines is killing people and everything, of course, I had to take mine to go to prison. But
Wow.
Sure did. Mm-hmm.
so
And
there
some
were
more
some.
stuff too, hepatitis and
Now,
everything else.
now we got Michael up here. I know that. Were you finished, Pam? I think
Yeah,
Michael.
yeah.
Michael, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I
Michael.
am.
Okay. Welcome.
Yes.
All right. Now, you know of Pamela, correct?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm kind of new on this. I only been out on some chats for a week or so, so I don't really know anybody. So
Okay.
I have
Fair.
no friends or background. If that's what you mean.
Okay. That's fair. Well, is there a question? Because Pamela, she used to
Yes,
be
I
she used
got a
to be a Trump
question.
supporter, and she's done
Question.
time for January 6th, and maybe able to answer some of the questions you got.
Okay, I got a question. Okay, you have a man went for a loan to a bank, right? They did all the paperwork. The loan approved it. The bank approved the loan. The man paid it back. The man made the
Okay,
bank.
this guy's a
This isn't
troll.
it. This isn't it, dear.
I blocked him. I blocked him. He's been on longer than a week. So the thing is he just lied as soon as he first came up. I blocked him because he tried to use the same scenario right now that he's doing in my broadcast. So
Okay.
this is not.
Do
I
you
don't think
have?
you want this to
Hold
happen.
on, hold on. Do you have anything about January 6th that you would like some clarification on, Michael?
January 6th.
Yes.
Yeah, did you see the videos?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What?
Yes.
Yes, I seen people walking around the Capitol. I seen
Michael,
officers
Michael,
at the door.
Michael.
Hold on, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Let
Cece,
him
Hey,
let
answer.
Pam
Let him.
talk to
Let
please
him
him,
finish.
please.
address her. Please address Miss
Hold
Pam.
on. Listen. I want to make sure we all know who's in control of this airplane. There's only one pilot, all right? I'm going to let Michael get his question out to Pam, and then we'll go from there, all right? Thank you. Thank you. Now, Michael,
Yep.
what was it you said? You said you saw what?
Saw videos
Uh-huh.
of people walking around the Capitol. I see the cops opening up doors for them. People going in the chambers, sitting down in the chairs, nice and peacefully. Nobody's breaking anything. Billions of dollars. They said that was, a couple windows in the door were broken. I don't know how that equals up to $1 billion.
And so,
Of course, you have some people that get all excited and do damage, but the majority of the people were peaceful and walking around the Capitol.
got it. Okay,
Can I
all right.
address that?
Now I'm gonna let Pam respond to that because she was there, all right? And she's actually been convicted behind what happened on January 6th, Michael. All right, so Pam, sure.
First, the Capitol was closed to public that day because of COVID, right? It was not open to the public. Second, it's already been debunked. We have the videos. We have the court records of the J6 defendants confessing that they opened the doors. The doors were never opened by the Capitol Police. That is a lie. They have techniques though that they have to abide by. One, they don't know who has a weapon on them. They have found over 120 guns on these defendants had guns on them. There's probably more. That's the last statistics that I got was 120 by the
Wow.
sedition hunters. But the actual defendants have admitted that they opened the doors. That's a big lie out there. The Capitol Police did not open the doors and let you in. They were not allowed to be in there. The officers were telling Jacob Chansley, you know him, the Buffalo man. I have a video. I
Yeah.
was with him,
The
not
straw
on that
man.
side. Yeah, that they were. See, Tucker didn't tell you this part, but the officers, when they're walking with him, they're telling him to leave, and he's telling them, "No, I got to go find my buddies." So they're
Mm.
telling you to leave, but they're not going to rile you up because they don't know how many of you might attack them. So they try to keep everybody calm and get you out in a calm way, and that's what they were doing.
Okay, Michael, you okay with that?
First time I heard it, I haven't, I watch a lot of, I listen to a lot of talk shows and things on television, and that's the first time I ever heard any of that information.
Yeah, it's in the court records of the defendants themselves admitting that they opened the doors. You follow me on Twitter, I have a cheat sheet. It shows you where to go to the video that shows that that they were opening the doors. And remember, Ashley Babbitt, she went through a broken window.
Right, I said that they broke some windows and they, I don't know what they did to the door. They opened it.
They
They
also spread feces all over the wall. They
yes,
urinated. They stole documents out of private offices. They put their feet on desks. They took things out of the offices. There was a lot more done than what you are saying.
They flew
Right.
The Capitol
the
Police
So
had to
flag
basically,
bar the
so
in the
doors.
basically,
rotunda.
so
They
Yeah.
basically,
flew the Confederate flag in the rotunda, which
so
has never
Let's
been
basically,
done even by our enemies.
so
and
basically,
let's
they did everything that people in California breaking into businesses are doing,
no,
right?
don't
Don't pivot,
compare.
sir.
Right.
Don't
Absolutely
pivot.
not,
Don't
So,
Michael.
so
pivot.
those people are
Absolutely
walking
not.
away with nothing, stealing hundreds of thousands of
That's not
dollars,
true.
destroying
They've been arrested.
all
That's
those
not true.
businesses.
That's a
But
lie. You're putting out another
no,
propaganda.
I
That's
just saw
not
it on
true.
TV.
but
Michael,
No, I
Michael,
don't care
Michael.
what you
There
saw
with
on
a
TV.
gun
It's
in
all a lie.
Michael, Michael, one crime doesn't absolve another.
Absolutely.
They were marching and threatening to hang our vice president.
That part.
Well, and so Michael, now that you got clarity on that question, I don't want to go into all of your conspiracies, right? Because this isn't the closet of truth. Is there anything else around January 6th that you would like clarification on that we haven't answered? Because I got to bring up someone else. All right, Champ.
I think it's a small group of people that were causing the trouble, and the majority, like I said in the beginning, was peaceful. I never said bad things didn't happen.
Do
I
you
said
do you, Michael? Do
majority
you
of
think
the
Donald
people were
Trump
peaceful.
is responsible for that?
How is he responsible for that?
Okay, so let's move on to that question. Pam, could you explain to Michael, our friend Michael here, how Donald Trump is responsible for the attack on the Capitol?
Yes, he said, let's go down and fight like hell.
Yeah,
He programmed you to believe that the nation was turning into that the Democrats wanted this to be a communist nation. Have you looked up Project 2025? That is proof that they want to turn this into a communist nation. It's a Hitler playbook because one of their goals is to outlaw the gay community, take away all the women's rights, and put you in prison if you have an abortion. Read it. They want to take the gun laws. They want to make it possible for you to cross any state with your gun. It's horrifying. You've got to look it up. Project 2025.
There you go. All right. Well, listen, Mike, I got to move on to our next guest. All right, Champ. But I appreciate you. All right. You did have the courage to come up here and ask the question. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Thank you, Michael, so
But
much.
would like to point out the very first thing is when he came up, he lied, just like most Trump lovers.
Mm, mm,
When
mm.
he said he's only been
Yeah.
here for a week, which he
Yeah, he's
hasn't.
lying.
I've
Yeah,
seen him on many lives.
yeah,
All
Yep,
right.
me
exactly.
too.
All right, who do we have next? And I know that there are other people who want to say hello to you as well before I get up out of here. 'Cause this show is only supposed to be 2 hours, but we'll go a little over. All right. Good morning. How do you pronounce your name?
Herniak.
Herniak. Okay, interesting. Are you a Trump supporter?
I used to be, but now I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, we're looking for Trump supporters, but what is there something you wanted to contribute before I'm
Mine is a mixture of not only because of what he did, but what he did to me while I worked with him.
Donald Trump?
Correct. I'm a
Oh,
government translator. I
oh,
am a civilian contracted with the military and politicians.
oh,
I
wow.
translate multiple languages, and one of which is Inukian. I don't know if you guys know what Inuk is.
I don't know what that is. That's way outside of my pay grade.
Inuk is a part of the Inuit tribe.
Okay.
It's Native American, and
Okay.
whenever they were dealing with issues when it came to Native American, they needed a translator.
Ah.
And I translated, and he was there.
Mm.
He was, if people are saying he's not racist, he is.
Yep.
That came from, he did it to me.
Wow.
He called me, because in our culture, the E word, I'm trying to be respectful.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if y'all know what it is. The E word is a derogatory term for my people.
Wow.
He called us savage E-words.
Mm.
And I guess he didn't realize, since I am what they call white passing, I guess he did not realize that I'm Inuk.
Yeah.
And I was speaking, I was translating, he pretty much called me a savage E-word.
Mm.
And that I didn't live in a civilized manner. They didn't
Wow.
live in a civilized manner like normal Americans do.
Wow.
So at first, like I said, at first I didn't hear about all of these actions he was doing until one, I saw it, two, I experienced it.
Wow. Wow. And so that was when you had your eye-opening moment about just how disgusting of an individual Trump was. Interesting.
And yes, and it also helps that I'm half Russian. So my mother's Russian, my dad is a
Oh, okay. Wow.
Um, so he is buddy with Putin.
Yeah.
I am willing to bet my life on it.
Yeah. Well,
And
this is the thing, right? We're making it a point to make sure people know just who the real Trump is, right? And hopefully they're hearing your story and using that to get out of this cult. You know what I mean? But yes, Maggie, thank you so much. I got to move on. All right, I gave you a follow. All right, Maggie, we're gonna have to bring up another Trumper. All righty.
thank you for having me. I'll drop down.
All right, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'm so sorry. I would try to talk longer, but ladies and gentlemen, listen. You know how the morning show is. Thank you so much. Who do we got here, ladies and gentlemen? All right, I see him. I see him. I see him. All righty then. Let's go. Let's go. Uh, let's go, Benjamin. I don't know if we've met before, but you know what? Yeah, if there's no more Trump supporters, then yes, we will, go through the rest, and then we got to get up out of here. Yes, Cash. Benja time. Good morning. How are you? Greetings, Bajan team. How do you pronounce your name? Up, going once, going twice, going. All right. Well, listen, we'll go through some other folks here who may be interested in talking to you. Hopefully, they can come up, be quick, and then we'll wrap it up. All right. Good morning, Straight Facts. How are you doing, my friend? The beautiful.
I'm doing just fine. How about yourself and everyone on the panel here?
Yes, we're doing
Hi, Miss
all right.
Fact.
Hey, how are you guys doing? I
Uh-huh.
want to say thank you to Pamela. Pamela, you are awesome. You woke up, and I mean, you woke all the way up. Now it is your job to go live and wake some of your co-cultists up. And I mean, it's just a miracle to me that you were able to wake up and come on Zeus's live so that you could tell your story. So then all these MAGAs understand and know that we're not playing. This is not a game. This woman went to prison behind a lie. Pamela, is that correct? You went to prison behind a
Yeah,
lie, correct? A
absolutely. 2 months,
lie.
60 days.
60 days. Lost her freedom because of a lie that Donald Trump told the whole United States of America and the world. I don't know what it's going to take you guys to wake up and see that this is absolutely straight facts, but this should do it for you guys.
Yep.
There's no way in the world you should be losing your freedom and behind orange comb over. And I am so proud of you, Pamela.
Yeah.
God
Yep.
bless you.
So please give me a follow
Nasty,
because
well
I
said.
might. Yep, I thank you, baby. I might have to use you in my live
I was going to
sometimes to
say, we
come.
should bring her up on our panel.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't know
bring
how to
those
follow.
facts.
How do you follow people here?
Just you see my name, you see where it says straight facts.
Yeah.
Can you click on that and then go ahead? There should be a red plus next to my name, and you can go ahead and click on that red plus, and that'll allow you to follow me.
And one of the unique things, Pam, is while we're all here in the morning, all of them, all the people here, if you go and check out the work that they're doing, is equally as important. And so that's what I think that's what makes this pretty awesome. So yeah, please make sure we're all following each other, and those of you in the audience, please be sure to follow the panelists. All right.
Well,
Uh,
whoever follows me, I follow. Them back. I don't care who they
You
are.
might now listen. You might get some haters. All right, I'm gonna be honest. There's some Zeus haters out there. All right,
I
but
love the haters. I love them.
She
all
knows
right.
what time it is.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
That's right.
can you make
That's
a
right.
comment in the comments? Just say hi. That way, because I'm on my iPad, it's really weird, and that way I can follow you from there. Just make a comment.
All right. Well, that's
Since
all
can
I
I
wanted to
say,
say. I don't want to take up anybody else's time so people can come on up.
all
But I
right.
definitely, again, Pamela, my hat's off to you. You did the work. You're down in the dredges. I'm telling you to go to prison and lose your freedom for this cause. Everything happens for a reason, and I just want you to look at this as a learning opportunity and the get the opportunity to teach others. And again,
Yep.
I definitely thank you. You have a
Yep.
wonderful day.
Yeah. You. Thank you. Straight facts. You know what's interesting, Pam, is normally this live you got a bunch of Trump supporters in this live spreading hate. I call some of them Russian bears, but for some strange reason, none of them want to speak. Who's who has that background noise? Is that you, Cece?
is that me?
That I think it's you. I think you got some background noise back there. All right. Let's bring up our next panelist. All right. All right. I think this is Cemento. Good morning, champ. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus. Good morning. Thanks for letting
Mental,
me
how you
up,
doing, brother?
Miss Boss Diva. I may be seeing you when you come down here because I think my plans are changing. Miss Pamela Shea, I have a question for Pamela because I lost my partner due to Trump, and I lost my relationship with my father due to Trump. What is it about Donald Trump that is so magnetic that it will actually rip apart a family? Because I always tell people I was a Republican forever, and I left the party when Trump won the nomination. And during my 51 years, I never saw any families break up. I never saw people stop talking to each other over politics. I mean, who cared if your husband voted for George Bush and you voted for, Obama? Nobody cared. But this Trumpism is so toxic that it's families. What do you think that's about?
Yeah, it's a real dilemma for a lot of us. Part of, excuse me, part of it has to do with the programming that he's done. He's saving, remember, wrap this around your head. This is, let's say you're with Hitler right now, right? Trump is Hitler, let's pretend. And he's telling you that the Jewish people are the problem, and you believe him, and you stick with Hitler. This is Trump. He is trying to convince you that the Democrats are out to destroy this country, which we know, we have receipts that Project 2025 is the Hitler playbook.
Right.
But they don't research. Do you guys know I went to the Trump rally, and because of who I am, Trump had me taken out.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
That one.
so he knows. So his eyes are on you personally.
Yeah, he had made a comment, how I got known by CNN. He made a comment, he said, horrible. Somebody compared me with Hunter Biden, that my crime wasn't as bad as Hunter Biden. And Trump responded, horrible. So that got me all, and I responded back. And I didn't think there would be any response, but I just said, I pleaded guilty because I am guilty. Don't be using me for your political gains, you know. The
Yeah.
DOJ is not weaponized against J6ers. But these people blame Reagan. He closed all the mental health hospitals. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm
Right.
really not. I pray for these people. But they
Yeah.
are so mentally ill right now. It's hard to reach them.
Well,
Just
you're
keep
Wow.
giving you're
praying.
giving you're giving a lot of us hope because I mean I had zero hope that MAGA will come out the cult. Like I doubt if my father ever comes out of this cult. But it's good to see someone and let me tell you, be safe because these people are violent, toxic, and what, someone said, you said you follow everybody back. Don't even follow everybody back and get your block list on because TikTok is just as vile as Twitter.
Yeah.
Thanks guys for letting me up.
All right, Cemento. Thank you so much. I
Bye,
mean, this
Santa.
Thank you guys.
you're hanging. You're
Somebody
doing.
asked if I'm writing a
Later,
book.
bro.
And I just want to say, no, I'm not writing a book because I don't want to make any money. But if I was to write a book, all the proceeds would go to the Capitol Police.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, wow, Pam.
Oh, that's really cool.
And notice how she has the insight, because that's exactly how they would spin it.
Yeah. You're welcome,
should
Miss Woods.
anyway.
Thank
Just
you
so
for
you
the
know, just
subscription.
because I'm quite sure it would do well, and they can benefit from that.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Pamela.
Yeah. Good morning, Morning Star. How are you?
Hi, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss Pamela. It is
Morning.
an honor to meet you. I first want to tell you, like everyone has said, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for first having more courage than these men, these MAGA men who are deplorables and degrade women and don't care about women. You have more courage than they could ever have. So I want you to know that you're more courageous than them. I would back you. I would take you in a fist over a fist fight with them any day. So I want to say thank you for having that courage because it's not easy. And I've never been part of a cult. I've never been part of a cult. I don't know what that is like. What I'm seeing and from what I've read, what is going on in today's world is a cult. Like you said, like Cemento was saying, families are breaking up. It's so disheartening, like fathers and sons and mothers and daughters not talking anymore, not going to family cookouts, family holiday events, all because of this one man. And it's so hard to believe that, like you said, these people are so indoctrinated into what he says, that they haven't been able to break the curse. I would say the curse. It's really encouraging to hear that you broke away from it. Keep doing what you're doing. You are definitely an example. You're one of our elderly, our seniors, and we respect you. We value your opinion. We value you guys have so much wit, and we need that. We need them to keep pouring your wit and wisdom into our young generation because
Amen.
he's working on them now. And I talk to my daughter on a daily basis because she's only 16, but he's working on them, and it'll be a generation after a generation, and it'll destroy our country. So thank you for
Wow.
having the courage to
Thank
just do the right thing, because that's all we want. We just want people to do the right thing. I saw someone in the comments say, so what, is she a Biden supporter now? It's not about that. I don't believe it's about you being a Biden supporter or whatnot. It's about doing the right thing. And we all know within our hearts, even some of these MAGA supporters know that Trump is the wrong thing.
Absolutely.
He is
Mor-
deadly to our country.
Morning Star, just want to say thank you. Keep this in mind. In a movie where the bad guy looks like he's winning throughout the whole movie, and you're holding on to your seat, and you're going, oh my God, this bad guy's winning. But remember at the end of the movie, the good guy wins. And another thing,
Yes.
I think this
Yes.
country, I always believe this country would be really better off if we had a black woman president. Because
Yes.
you mama bears
Amen.
get out there and start doing your work. Because
Yes.
I love you guys.
You're
I
welcome,
Pamela,
thank
Heaven.
you
not
so
a
much
president.
because
Pamela
we have a
Harris.
voice. We have a voice, and we have not been heard,
Yeah.
and we are powerful. And I'm saying this as a black woman. We are powerful. We're smart. We're strong. We can hold this country down, definitely, for all people, because we're loving. On top of that, you have to have some formality of love in order to also be part of this country. You can't just be full of hate. Hate does not succeed. Hate
Exactly.
Well,
always loses.
I've been sober 44 years, and my sponsor is a beautiful black lady. She's a famous artist.
Wow.
And that's why I
That's
probably got the
fine.
courage to speak out because of her.
Well, we
Right.
love you. We
Absolutely.
definitely love you. We
Sure enough
support you.
appreciate you, Pamela. Really,
Yeah, I'm
really
a
do.
Oh,
I'm a drop down. I just wanted to express
The
my
epitome of a
love
strong
and my
woman.
everybody else,
Well, yeah. All right.
for what we're doing. All right, you guys, keep it
Thank you.
going. Take
All
care.
right.
Thanks,
Thank
Zeus.
you.
All right, Miss
Love you,
Sunny
sis.
Nice
Show.
meeting you. Bye bye.
Now, all right. So, Shay, were you about to say something?
Oh no, I
Oh.
mean I'm just loving all of this. This is freaking amazing. I could say so much, but
Right?
I know
I
all of
know.
us feel like we could
Shay.
say so much, but I'm just
I'll bring up
Oh,
one
look, he
more.
did come up.
I'll bring up one more. Then I do have to
oh,
run.
fast
I only
question
got
for
one thing to
my
say. Pamela sounds like you, I mean, it's just mind-boggling how much you believe this lady, and she has no clue what she's even talking about. I mean, you
Who?
guys sound like
Wait, wait, wait.
Mega on
Uh,
Pamela's side. It's just a
Heard
joke. I mean,
family, you
you
heard
guys
him.
have
You heard
no
him, family.
fucking idea what's going on in your life, and you guys are.
Yeah, we
I mean,
do.
she's like a cult. She's your guys' cult. If Donald Trump is somebody else's cult, she's your cult.
Ooh, you
Exactly
guys,
what's going
let
on.
me ask him
You
a
guys have
question.
no clue what's going on. I mean, you
Wait a
guys need to
second.
wake up. I mean,
Is
this
this
ain't even
guy
about
real?
Donald Trump. I
Yeah,
mean,
he
this ain't even
real.
about Donald
No,
Trump.
that's okay.
Oh, he's real.
Really
This
MAGA.
has way
Okay.
more
Okay. 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 I
even
Just
thought.
keep
Donald
on
Trump.
running his mouth.
Wait. Wait.
Fucking
Wait. Wait a
joke. You
second.
guys are
Wait
a
a second.
joke.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is Bass. Okay. I thought you were joking, but you're not. Can you slow down and get one question out and then let us respond? All right. I appreciate the passion, but I'm gonna need you to slow down, champ. And Pam, are you ready?
Yeah, I wish he'd asked me a question, but he left.
Oh,
See, they call if he his
Bass.
comments, but
Bass, come on back.
we have the receipts that they're a cult. Just
He
Oh,
just
look
wanted
up.
to come
I wanted to
back.
ask him, does he know about Project 2025?
Bass, come on back, Bass. I didn't kick you. I don't want that narrative out here. I will let the conversation go, and then Pam responds first, and then all of us could take turns, and you'll be the last
There's
one. All right?
nothing Pam can say to you. I mean, I
I
don't even want to hear nothing from Pam. So that's why I
Of
left
course
because
you
there's
don't.
nothing that she can
You're
say.
you're like the
I mean,
priest that starts
she's a
the
cult.
okay.
exorcism,
She's your
and your
cult
head
leader.
starts spinning.
Okay.
This
She's
is
your
what
cult
this
leader.
is.
She's
Don't
the problem with
interrupt.
the United
Don't
States of
interrupt.
America.
Hold on. Hold on. All right.
Pamela is the
Bass.
problem with the United
Bass.
States of America.
Bass.
That's all I
Bass.
have to say. Bye.
Okay, Bass. Is that all you?
Oh, whatever.
What a loser. What a
Okay.
loser. Loser.
Jesus. You
So
know what?
Pamela, I want to let you know. I want to let you know, Pamela, that Project 2025 doesn't mean a darn thing to a person like that.
Nope.
A darn thing. They will
They
not
want
read
it.
a single page of any type of anything. Let's
Mm-hmm.
I
just get
agree.
that understood, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I want the Democrats to read it so they'll go out and vote. See
Yeah.
how important it is this year to vote for Biden.
Jesus Christ.
And the sad thing is, these women, these mega
These
women,
Democrats not
they
the
don't even
problem.
realize they're voting against their own best interests. They're voting against the
Exactly.
best interests of their daughters, their sisters, their aunts, their best friends, their godchildren. They're voting against the ability for them to have bodily autonomy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mrs. Cox
Because
realized that in Texas, and they're still not getting it. They're just not getting it.
yeah. All right. Now, Jess, what's going on? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm
I
good.
figured
Thank you
we need
for.
to. I figured we need to end it on a higher note. The MAGA demon that came up before you, he did a terrible job. You know, Trump says he likes to send his best and his brightest, and I'm just not impressed.
They need to breathe.
Okay,
Take
with
a
that.
big deep breath. 4 or 5 seconds in, 4 or 5 seconds out. Yeah, and just maybe I don't know what you guys are into, but maybe go take a puff and sit down, have a snack.
There you go. There you go,
But
attacking.
oh my goodness. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you for coming up here and telling your story. I followed you. That is great that you have the strength to even not only do what you're doing, but speaking up publicly about it. That is amazing. And
Yeah.
I am very grateful for you. Just like everyone else has said up here, just keep speaking. And for everyone down in the comments, just you're saying stuff like, oh, she's just fitting our narrative or whatever. It can't just be because facts were presented and eyes were opened. And that's all it really boils down to. People learn daily, and if you're not learning daily, you're doing something wrong.
Bingo.
And
Bingo.
Well,
that's
remember,
sorry.
evil never wins. You've heard that, right? But I add this at the end: it only delays.
It only delays the inevitable, right?
Yep.
Suze, can I ask Miss Pam one more question?
Absolutely.
Miss Pam, were you at the ellipse, honey?
Yes, I was.
And you walked down to the Capitol?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Zeus, honey, I apologize for interrupting your live. It's
This.
just I hear so many of these MAGAs that come in here and try to deflect, and he immediately went to money, and it was about Miss Pam, not money.
They
So
always try that. Trust me. But yeah, thank you so much for helping to move it along. Right, we can't let these folks distract us and get us off a message. All right, but thank you so
right.
much, Cece. Now, Miss Pam, there was one question. Someone asked, "What were you convicted of?" If you don't mind sharing that, because
Uh,
what the Trump supporters aren't understanding is they say, "Why would she? Why would you plead guilty? Why would you do such a thing?"
because you're not a victim. You had a choice that day. I was convicted of picketing and parading.
Mm,
Even though I got shoved into the Capitol, they didn't give me that one. But you got to take responsibility. Nobody forced you. I don't care what they're saying and who they're trying to blame. You
mm,
had a choice.
mm.
If they're throwing smoke bombs at you, why in the hell don't you leave? No, they lost their minds that day, and they're responsible for their actions that day.
So you don't think any of them are hostages?
Oh hell no! Give me a break. That's a dishonor to the ones that are real hostages over there in
Mm,
Israel.
One more question, Zeus. I'm sorry. Miss Pam, how long did it take you to realize that this was a bad idea for you to follow Trump?
I think it was back in last April. So it's not been
wow.
that long.
Wow. Wow. You see, it takes
Strength.
a while. It takes a while, right? And I'm assuming the moment you made it clear you're not with this guy, you began to experience the attacks that MAGA has, right?
Oh God, do I have them? It's
Wow.
okay.
Yeah. We understand. We're out here with you, and it's a pleasure to stand shoulder to shoulder. All right. Now
What I'd
listen up.
like you guys to help me do, I've got on Twitter, it's pinned. It's a letter to Congress. If I could get that letter to Congress, that would be very, I need to get in front of them and talk to them.
What
But
is
not one,
what is your Twitter account, by the way? Feel free to promote that or push that.
it's at Pam Hemphill 79.
Okay,
That's my
Pam.
sobriety date. I've been sober since 1979.
Wow,
Oh,
congratulations.
congratulations.
Congratulations on the sobriety. Come on.
Yeah.
I have
And
9 years. I get so excited hearing all these success stories. So every time, like,
yeah,
it makes my heart happy.
Wow.
yeah, yeah. Well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Zeus does have to run to tend to other affairs. All right, but it was a pleasure. Thank you all for coming up. All right, Pam,
Um,
I do have this song. Wait a second. All right, wait a
Oh,
second. What we'll do is this. There's a
one more
couple.
oh,
question
Zeus, I
real
want
quick.
to tell
Sing
you
the
something.
song, Zeus.
Zeus, I'm going to go see Nancy Mace today.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, and
Wow.
I'm going to Laura's and I'm going to Nikki Haley, and I'm asking them the same questions. Well, don't pardon Trump, and do you know about Project 2025? They
Mm,
all been telling me they don't know about it.
yeah.
Haley knows.
Well,
And
yeah,
Nancy
you can
Mace is
throw
a
in
real poser.
and
I'm
you
going
can
to ask
throw
her.
in Agenda 47 while you're at it, because Trump has a
Oh
whole
yeah,
video
but Nancy Mace
promoting.
says she's for women's rights. If she learns about Project 2025, I want to tell her there will be no women's rights.
Bingo.
I just
Bingo.
got to tell
Everybody
Pam,
else knows
I just
that.
got to say one thing to Miss Pam.
All
I'm
right.
so disappointed. I feel like I should have my digital autograph book with me
I know.
because I've been following your story for a long time.
Right. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you,
Thank
Thank you.
Andy.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you
so
and you're
cute.
always Miss Pam. I guess we can all listen to the song together but before that happens, are there any last remarks from the guests
I
with
have
Pam?
one question. For clarification for the comments, Pamela, you're not a Fed, right?
I love it. But you know what they call me? They call me Pantifa.
Oh,
Well, they should,
Oh,
Oh
as you
no.
should be, right?
But
yeah.
yeah. I was
but
gonna
but
say.
Pam, Marjorie Taylor Greene was saying you're an old lady getting locked up and abused, and now you're Antifa.
Yeah.
Oh my
Margie
God.
Taylor Greene's she's a narcissist. She's
Oh,
Trump's right arm.
she's a nutcase.
Hypocrites.
I'm gonna
Wow.
drop Zeus. This was freaking amazing. Love
All
you,
right.
love you
Great,
all.
Really,
Hang
great
on,
really
I'll
good,
ride,
wait
Zeus.
to talk
Really
to
Zeus.
you
good.
All right,
more.
Pam.
Bye.
Give
I'm
me a
gonna play your
hug,
song.
Zeus. Give me a hug.
All right, listen, Pam. You can stay here and we can talk a little bit about the song if you don't mind. But all right, everyone. Thank you. I'm gonna close it out. I'm sorry I didn't get to all
Thanks,
of you. It
Zeus.
doesn't mean you're welcome. It doesn't mean that there's any love lost at all. All right. It does not mean it at all. All right, trust me. But I do have to get on out of here. All right. It was a great live, and Pam, I do hope to see you next time. Now, Jennifer Breeze, that's your daughter's name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer Breeze, that's your daughter's name, right?
Yeah.
All right, and this song is called "No More Trouble." And what is it about?
She dedicated it to the Black Lives Matter, but it fits all of us right now. Stand up and do what's right.
All right, let's give it a play. It's on all platforms. I'm playing it right now from YouTube. All right, and I hope this is the right one. If not, let me know.
That's it.
Thank you, Valerie.
Until one is superior to keep us inferior. If put to ashes so we can pass this test, there will be all over the earth. Yeah. Until we know what life is worth. No more trouble, no more fights. Get up, stand up for what is right.
Hey.
No more trouble, no more fights. Get up, stand up for what is right.
One love, connect us all. Together we stand, divided we fall. Love is the highest standard. It is the true commander. Just fill us with your grace. Give us strength and the courage to face. There is one human race. All life is equal. All life is equal. Shout through the people. Through the people. Love knows the way. We created all the same. All life is equal. All life is equal. Shout through the people. Through the people. Love knows the way. We created all the same.
Hey. Oh. Break it down now.
No more trouble, no more fights. Get up, stand up for what is right. No more trouble, no more fights. Get up, stand up for what is right.
Stand up for what is right.
Love can save the human race. Give us peace and a smiling face. Teach us how to live so we can forgive.
No justice, no peace. To all men are free. All men are free. No justice, no peace. To all are free. All are free.
Hey. Wow. Wow. Wow.
That's
Wow.
fire. I'm over here grooving. You got to put that in the archives, baby. Oh, that is amazing. I love
Wow.
it.
Thank you so
I
so
love
much
it.
for that, Pam. I really do appreciate that.
Miss
Yeah.
Pam, it was beautiful. I know you're very proud of your daughter. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
It
Thank
was
you so much
awesome.
for that. Thank you, Zeus. It was a wonderful
it
live today.
was. It
It was
was. This was a
so,
treat.
so fire.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you
Thank
for
you,
having me. I
Pamela.
appreciate it.
the
Thank you
God
name of
very
bless
the.
all of
much.
you.
All right.
Just
God bless you.
know,
The name of the
just
song is called "No More Trouble." All right, on YouTube, Jennifer Breeze. Check it out. All right, and this is Pam's daughter spreading the good music and the message to all of us. All right, all right. Any last remarks, Pam, before we close it out?
no, just remember evil never wins. It will only delays, and that Trump will go to prison. I
Hey,
have
now.
have
Amen, sister. Amen.
have
He
Amen.
will go to prison, MAGA. He
have
will
faith
go to
in
prison.
Jack Smith. He knows what he's doing, Jack
Yes,
Smith,
he does.
and just know that it's all going to be all right. You know,
Yeah.
there is a God, and Trump is not it.
Nope. Nope. He is not.
Absolutely not.
He will see the inside of a jail cell. Well, listen, all right, Miss Pam and everyone else. Zeus must depart, attend to those affairs. But Miss Pam, you are always welcome to come back. I do this show Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. All right, and I haven't missed a day in a while. All right, and so
Okay.
and I always cover the J6. All right, I always do. It's a
Every
signature part
day.
of yeah, it's a signature part of the show. I thank you
Mm-hmm.
for. I
Oh,
personally want to thank you. My friend TJ, I don't know if they're here, but they're the one that sent me the video you posted on your TikTok, right? Saying that something along the lines that it's getting harder. You were having some sort of concerns about where to
yeah,
go next, right? And I do believe that I do believe in divine intervention, and I do think it was our destiny to cross paths for a reason.
yeah.
And so
God's into.
I
Which I was getting
definitely
ready to say. Please make sure you follow us,
yeah.
Pamela. You're welcome on all of the platforms that we have created to,
Oh,
share even more of your story. We would love to have you on Union Gang. Um, and he's basically U.S. Army overlord. But if you follow myself, or you follow Straight Facts, or you follow Zeus, they have me and Straight Facts more so than anybody because we're on the panel and you can see us when we're live. And just come on through. I would love to introduce you to him and have a
fun.
conversation in that space. Okay, because all
Okay.
spaces are different.
And I have a YouTube channel. I'm putting up my interviews with people. I just had one with Bikers for Trump. He thinks the FBI has forced me to change my mind.
That's funny.
All
Oh
right.
man.
And
And
I
I also want to say, Miss Pam, a longtime fan, and I also co-host a live, and so I followed you, and I want you to be one of our star guests because people will be interested in what you have to say.
Hmm.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And
Keep
there's a
All right,
walking
lot.
that
Zeus,
walk.
thank you so much for what you do. I love you so much,
Love you too.
to the depths
I
of my
love you
heart. I
guys.
really do.
Hey,
And I
buddy,
want
good catch.
everybody to have a wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and let, Zeus land this plane.
The
Pamela,
plane.
much love.
All
Much
right.
love.
Much
Mwah.
love to
All
you.
right. All
Good
right.
catch, Zeus.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. And I posted the name of the song and the artist in the chat. If you can, I tried to pin it, but you can't pin it. If someone can repin it or repost it, that would be great. We want to make sure we support Pam and all her works going forward. All right. All right, ladies.
One more thing, Zeus. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Miss Pam. Thank you for coming up to one of the best lives you will ever go into. Mega Slayer, also a good one. Zeus
Thank
is
you.
our guy. He's
All
the
right.
best.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
All
I'm
right.
having
Thank you.
everybody following too on Twitter.
All righty then. All right. Listen, one heck of a show. I tell you, I'm very happy MAGA is still triggered and in their feelings because the truth is out there. All right. Like I said, I have no problem sending these Trump supporters to get the ultimate MAGA reward, which we all know is jail. And if they don't get their soul rights, hell. All right. I have no problem doing it. And Pam, once again, you are a godsend. Thank you so, so much. All right.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna drop everyone, but you know what? Before as we wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen, bye bye, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that was one incredible experience. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Pam a round of applause. Right? Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Heaven, for posting it. Right, no more trouble. Jennifer Breeze Please check out the music. All right, and continue to support Pam on her journey. Pam, I do hope that you post videos of the ventures you take today, all right, to see Nikki Haley, all right? I would love to see that. But before we get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Once again, let's give a special round of applause to all the panelists, to all the subscribers, to all the gifters, and to all of my moderators for helping to keep this show once again as exciting, engaging, and entertaining as possible. You really are the best. You really are. TJ, I don't know if you're here, TJ, but thank you for sending me Pam's TikTok video in my DMs and helping to make this connection possible. As much as I like to make the show about me, it's actually a lot better when it's about folks like you, Pam. I really do appreciate it. All right. And one last round of booze and shame. For the Zeus haters, right? For the Zeus haters, for our critics, for our detractors, and all those who stand for lies instead of truth. You are a disgrace to this country. Let's give them some booze and shame. Get them out of here! And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. All right? It's over, MAGA. It really is. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. You are all amazing. I love you seriously. Let's go.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. What a great show. R.I.P. MAGA Pam, you are hilarious. I might have to use that. Black Dave, thank you. Hey, 5 paragraph. Thank you for the subscription. We're on our way, ladies and gentlemen.
I can leave it up to you. I can hang around with you.
You fall in love too quick. You a high risk. Nicks all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head. This is way above the feds when you play it. Hey, Lisa. Wow. Mickey B. KPG.
Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you're such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus. This is how I move.
You like that beer can, Mike? Conservative Democrat? You see what they call me? Hey, what do they call you? Oh, that's right, I don't remember. Thank you so much. Wow. You guys are so generous. All right, Queensley. How's Zeus doing?
I'm a god, call me Zeus.
I'm a god, call me Zeus. DJ, I see you, brother. Nice to see you, my friend. I've been waiting for this moment now. I gotta choose. If you play around with love, then you're guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like it. Don't try it.
You can't swim, don't be in the pool, even though
I love you too, man. Keep up the great work. We gotta keep building this community.
With the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the god, boy, you're such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to light my fuse. I'm catching all these snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus,
right?
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus.
You're all amazing. Cash, you didn't have enough courage to get in the box and say any of that. I didn't see straight white male. I didn't see any of them. All right, here we go.
I just want to find 11,780 loves.
This is
one more than we have.
That's when the crime got committed. All right, Reggie! Are you there, Reggie? Are you there, Reggie? It's over, MAGA. It really is. Let's go!
He's deranged. He's deranged. He's deranged.
Yeah, you heard about me.
He's deranged. He's deranged. He's deranged.
Yeah, they Jack Smith. He's deranged. It's Zeus. Jack Smith. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
Wow.
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater.
Yeah.
And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
All right. And on that note, you know what we got to do.
We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win economically. We're going to win with the economy. We're going to win with military. We're going to win with healthcare and for our veterans. We're going to win with every single facet. We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
Yeah.
We're going to win more.
Sound like he hanging out with Stormy Daniels, right? And then you know what happened after that?
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges. Did the FBI do that? Because they also did something where they put documents all over the floors and they took pictures.
Oh, that Donald Trump is something else. Did the FBI do that? Because they did this thing where you ever seen it? They put the documents all over the floors and then they take pictures and then next thing you know, you're being indicted. Have you ever seen that trick before? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to drop the bomb and then I'm out of here.
A problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
That's right. That's a